Brad. Yeah, someone scratched a name on my car. I'm covered, right?
Okay, sir, what was the name?
It says Brad.
Well, the low-rate policy you've selected only covers full names, not nicknames. Bradley would have been acceptable. Or Bradford. Or even...
Stadium as we get ready for Oregon and Houston to kick off the 2007 season. Joe Johnsanti along with Anthony Newman. And a beautiful, spectacular day for football. It couldn't be any better here in the stadium. 57,000 on hand, another sellout, 72 degrees. Hardly any wind to speak of, a little bit blowing west to east, clear and warm, but nothing like the season opener in Houston 2 years ago when we went down there to see the Cougars, and it was about 100 degrees with 100% humidity. Art Briles is the head coach at Houston. He was a longtime coach in the high school ranks. He brought his brand of football, wild, spread offense, all kinds of different things to Houston. They are the Conference USA champions last year and played in the Liberty Bowl.
Well, this offense is so wild. If you're not prepared for it, it can't hurt you.
On the other side, head coach Mike Bellotti going into his 13th year, 67% winning percentage, 3 10-win seasons for head coach Mike Bellotti. Before he was here, Oregon had 0 in their entire history. And here we go, ready to play some football at Autzen Stadium. The Ducks will win the toss and receive. Jonathan Stewart will go back. Looking for a big year. He's had an unbelievable camp. And with the new kickoff rule, he'll get plenty of opportunities this year, Anthony.
What's scary about Jonathan Stewart that he's bigger, he's stronger, and he's faster. But he was already one of the strongest and fastest guys on the team. So he's ready to have a big year his junior season.
Everybody on their feet here at Autzen Stadium as we get ready to start this season. Last year it started so great, Anthony, those 4 wins to open up the year, the Oklahoma day. And then at the end of the year, 4 straight losses. A team that didn't look like they did the first day they played. And now a chance to start it all over again and try and get themselves to the BCS. Cougars will kick it off, the ball is in the air, and the 2007 season is underway, and Jonathan Stewart's going to take it at the goal line. Here comes Stewart. Stewart across the 20, breaks the tackle, still on his feet to the 30, and that's where Oregon will start. Good return by Jonathan. And now we'll see this up-tempo Oregon offense, Anthony.
Up-tempo, fast-paced, and some balls should be thrown downfield, unlike last year.
D.Dixon is the starting quarterback running the spread offense of Chip Kelly. Career stats, he's got on pace to set the record for completion percentage, and he's thrown for nearly 3,000 yards already. Oregon's first play of the 2005 season as they spread it out. You'll hear a lot of new names today as we go through the game as well. And they'll try to hit the middle and will lose a couple of yards. Cougars are right there flying to the ball. And this is a defense, Anthony, that has had some success. They held Miami to 14 points in a 14-13 loss at the Orange Bowl last year.
Well, they're fast defense, very fast defense.
Stewart, Jason Williams, the sophomore, Brian Paysinger, Garen Strong, Ed Dixon in there as well. Mark Lewis, Josh Shergy, Jeff Kendall, Pat So'alo on the offensive line, and here comes the second play. Dixon's going to throw it, drops it over the middle. Paysinger has it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up. Defensively for the Houston Cougars today, Ash, Stewart, and Philip Hunt on the defensive line. They'll play a 3-4. Francis Allen, Lubajaski, and Paholu are the linebackers. Fontanet, Brinkley, Miller, and Quinte Williams. It's not 4th and 36, of course. 3rd and 6 here for Oregon. 3rd and 4 make it. 3rd and 4 for the Ducks here on the opening drive of the game. They'll go on the option. Dixon looking to pitch it, but they'll keep it. Dixon breaks into the clear. He could go. Dixon to the 30. Dixon down to the 20. He's out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
That's the threat of Dennis Dixon with his legs. If he can use his legs to get out of trouble and run the football, he's going to help this football team, as well as passing. But right here, kind of the option play. And he has an option to pitch the ball or take it. He breaks a tackle. You don't want quarterbacks as a defensive guy to break tackles. You got to get that quarterback down. He breaks the tackle and gets a long run.
Finally pushed out of bounds by Fontanet. And a 1st and 10 now for Oregon at the 14-yard line. Dennis Dixon with the first big play of the game. Dixon going to keep it, throws it to the outside to Paysinger. He's got blockers. Paysinger, 10, 5, touchdown Oregon! Brian Paysinger. way you start a football season.
You're coming right down the field, you're running the football, and you're throwing the football. Safe passes and safe runs. And you give the ball to athletes, guys who can do something with the football. Brian Paysinger, Dixon.
Ducks go to their shift. New kicker this year for the Ducks. Daniel Padilla is the place kicker, and what a great drive. Get a nice kickoff return, one play into the line, and then boom, down the field in the end zone.
It's that fast-paced offense we're talking about.
Padilla sends it up and just sneaks it inside the upright for the extra point, and Oregon leads it with just about a minute and a half gone here in the season. 7-0 over the Houston Cougars. Let's take a look at it again, Anthony.
Well, one thing I want to have you guys watch is the receivers, and you'll see them to the left of your screen. Right here's a little fake to Jonathan Stewart. Now, Paysinger can catch the ball, and look at Garen Strong and Williams create a lane for Paysinger to run through. Garen Strong and Williams are both big receivers. They can get blocks. Houston guys couldn't get off the block. There goes the lane for Paysinger to score.
Well-designed play. That's not one we saw last year, Anthony.
No,
with that
it's new.
Kind of an option, but it's kind of like having the running back start, 15 yards to the side right there. He could have run it too. It's an option.
Well, you take advantage of the big receivers that Oregon has, of Jason Williams and Garen Strong. They can block the little corners, and you get the ball to Paysinger, who can run the ball. Great run, great play.
Take a look at the Carl's Jr. scoring drive. 4 plays, 76 yards, 126. Brian Paysinger scores the touchdown on a 14-yard, officially a run, as it was a lateral pass. And the Ducks are on the board 7-0. Nobody sat down yet, Anthony.
We haven't sat down yet.
No. Deep for the Houston Cougars, Anthony Aldridge. He's kind of the everything guy for them. And you'll see him in the backfield a little bit like you'll see Jonathan Stewart. The kickoff going down to the corner, and it goes out of bounds. So the Cougars will start at the 35-yard line, or they can decline the penalty and make Oregon kick it again from the 25. Right now, just to bring you up to date, everyone, Michigan is down to Appalachian State with 6 seconds to go. And it looks like that may be one of the upsets of all time in college football.
Well, if they lose that game, Joe, Lloyd Carr's going to have them ready to face the Ducks the following week. I'll tell you that. That week of practice, I'd hate to be a football player in practice for that week.
Right now, it's 34-32 Appalachian State with just a few seconds to go. And it now is a final, 34-32. 34-32. Appalachian State beat Michigan at Michigan.
Unbelievable. And looking at that offense that they run, it's similar to Chip Kelly's offense, the spread offense. So Michigan's going to face the same offense. And they talked about Michigan, the football team, Michigan. They have a great offense, but they don't have a good defense.
Michigan 32.
It is one of the biggest upsets in the history of college football, and they just announced it here at Autzen Stadium. The number 5 Michigan Wolverines losing to Appalachian State, and boy, that takes a little luster off of next week. As far as going in there, I mean, the big talk's going to be what's wrong with Michigan, and you better believe when you lose to Appalachian State at home, that puts Lloyd Carr's job in jeopardy. Forget the Rose Bowl last year, forget everything else. If you're Michigan and you lose to Appalachian State, then it's going to be a tough week. So the Cougars did decline the kick and the penalty, and they'll get another chance. And here's Aldridge with a little bit of room, and he'll squirt to the 33-yard line. So the Cougars actually lost 2 yards on the exchange of penalties there. 21 yards on the return there. And now for the Cougars, it's going to be Blake Joseph at quarterback. Hardly any action last year, playing behind Kevin Cobb. And you'll see the Cougars go quick. They run 4 receivers to the far side. Oregon only has 3 defenders over there. Now they'll throw it out there and trying to break up the play. The Duck defense flows to it, but Anthony, that time, they threw 4 receivers out to the far side. Ducks only had 3 defenders.
Well, they had a linebacker that was getting close, but what you got to has to happen is the defense has to fly to the football. It could look outmanned from the start, but they got to get to the football.
Here's the way it looks for Houston. Anthony Aldridge is the senior tailback. Jerron Harvey, Donnie Avery. We saw him score some big touchdowns against Oregon a couple years ago. Here they are on the offensive line. Jeff Ackroyd is the senior. Second down and 9. Joseph to throw, throws it to the outside. He's got a man and a catch by Donnie Avery, and he has a first down into Oregon territory. Defensively for Oregon, Nick Reed getting the start at one end. David Fatete, those are the 2 guys, and Rashawn Harris for Oregon, and so we'll see some other names in there as well. A.J. Tuatelli, John Bacon, and Kwame Osmond, Jarris Byrd, Patrick Chung, Ryan DePaulo, of course, is injured, and we hope that he'll be able to play this year, and Walter Thurman. Ducks are deep defensively, so you'll see different guys in there all the time, including Michael Speed as the screen pass is incomplete. I want to just go over that real quick. Michael Speed, you'll see him, Cole Linehan as well, and Will Tukafu won the job at the defensive end spot, number 39, a new name you'll see in there as well. And we expect also to see a lot of Matthew Harper, a free safety at number 20. So the starting lineups for the defense, you'll see so many different names that tough to even pick a starting lineup for it.
That's the way it is, and the defensive line is going to be tired for the Ducks because they're going to be chasing people.
Little hitch route to the outside, going to lose 4 yards on it. Again, Oregon secondary, Anthony, you were a defensive back for 12 years in the NFL. This is a good group.
Very good, good secondary. Walter Thurman III reads the play well, comes up, makes a great tackle in space. That's what you have to do to be a great defensive back. And these defensive backs, the corners for Oregon, they have experience, and that's a good thing. They've played, and they're young, and they're fast, and they can play.
Now the crowd's going to come up on 3rd and 15 for a quarterback who has never been in this situation in his life. And he's going to use a timeout. And the crowd will congratulate themselves on that one. Might have been more than what he saw in the Oregon defense. So we're going to take a timeout here at Autzen Stadium. The Ducks are on the board, 7-0, 11:42 to go here in the first quarter.
Panic, and when you panic, you start to reach for the receiver. If he didn't reach for I think the ball was overthrown. He wouldn't have caught that football. But young DBs tend to panic when somebody's in front of them on a long pass, and he starts to reach and grab them.
Let's take a look at today's Northwest Dodge dealers' keys to the game, Anthony.
Well, the first thing they have to do is protect the football. Too many turnovers last year. You have to protect the football. Stewart, he must be unstoppable. And limit the explosion plays on defense. No long touchdown runs or passes.
Cougars going to try to run one up the middle, get a break, and over to the 30, down to the 25. A fumble. Ball's on the turf. Who's going to get it? And I believe Oregon's on it. And a flag comes out. Flag comes out. Oregon has the football. Let's see what the flag's all about. I think it might be after the recovery. Marshall had a good run going, but he got it knocked away.
After the play, personal foul.
Dead ball, personal foul on Houston.
15-yard penalty, first down.
Referee having some trouble with his microphone, but we can tell you, everybody knows what that means. That means Oregon football.
Well, this is a great run, but the thing about it is you still got Ducks chasing the football, and a nice strip by Boyd gets the ball out, and when the ball is on the ground as a defensive unit, if you're hustling to the football, you will get the football, and that's what happened.
I think Jarris Byrd got on it. Jarris Byrd the recovery. And now Oregon with the football after a turnover on the 32-yard line. There's Stewart or Johnson fighting. It's Stewart, 28-24.
Tough to see the difference in a pile.
There's Jonathan as he comes out. He's had a great camp, and he's been humble, and they've stayed very healthy. This is the first time as a Duck, Anthony, that he has been 100% healthy going into the season.
And that's the key for him to have a lot of success this year, is be consistent and stay healthy.
Second down and 5. He's sneaky like that. He can look like he's got no yards, and he picks up 5. They'll go on the option again. Dixon pitches it to the outside. Trying to work for some room, not going to be there for Paysinger. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 5 coming up.
You know, it's always tough to run to the short side of the field. And that's what they did on an option play. The running back doesn't have a whole lot of room after the quarterback decides to pitch it to him. So it puts those guys in a tough situation short side of the field.
Harry Simon makes the tackle for Houston, and Oregon right back on the football, trying to keep the pace of the game and the offense going. This is what Chip Kelly did when he was at New Hampshire. Here's Dixon now, going to throw. Plenty of time. A lot of time for Dixon. Now he's in trouble, and he's just going to throw it away. Live to fight another day on that one.
That's a smart play by Dennis Dixon. In the past, he would try to make a play, and he'd throw an interception. There, throw it out of bounds, get your defense back on the field, make them stop Houston.
He had plenty of time initially, but good job in coverage by the Cougars. Josh Cyree is the punter this year. New punter. He's got a big leg and has been a little inconsistent in camp, but he's got a big leg and he's a big kid, 6'3", 232. He's a transfer. He's from Wenatchee, Washington. And he'll get his first opportunity as a Duck. And he'll send it out. It's low liner, can be returned. Taken down at the 15-yard line. And still running around back there, now buried under for the Cougars is Tarek Williams. And we will take a break here at the stadium. Oregon leads it 7-0 after 5 minutes and 11 seconds here at Autzen. We're back. The Cougars with the ball after this.
It's Toyota's Lots on the Lot event. With so many great models to choose from, it's the right time to buy. Get 4Runner with 2.9% APR financing for 60 months or $1,800 cash back. Or get Sequoia with 3.9% APR financing for 60 months. Toyota's Lots on the Lot event. Going on now.
It's bigger than a celebration. It's a Bellabration. Experience Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey through the eyes of America's greatest comic daredevil, Bello, where every performer is pushed to the limit of possibilities. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey present the greatest show on earth, Bello Style.
Playing August 30th through September 2nd at the Rose Garden. Get your tickets at ComcastTIX.com and Ringling.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Everybody kind of settling in here now at Autzen Stadium. A lot of yellow out there today as we have just a beautiful day for college football. Oregon leads it 7-0 with 9:49 to go here in the first quarter. And we'd like to welcome all of our viewers around the state of Oregon and around the country. Locally on KEZI in Eugene and Springfield, the flagship station, KDRV in Medford and Grants Pass, KDKF in Klamath Falls, KOHD, the brand new high-definition station in Central Oregon, KRCW in Portland and Vancouver, and around the world on the Ozone. And those of you watching on ESPN Game Plan, welcome to Autzen Stadium for the season opener here for the Ducks. Nice run on first down there as Aldridge takes it out across the 25-yard line to the 28. It'll be second and short.
Well, I like Anthony as a running back. Again, I said earlier, he's not a big running back, 5'9", 175, but he's a tough guy. And and you can't see him behind the big offensive line, but he still fights for extra yards.
He's quick, too, to the line. You can see that. He'll get another opportunity here, and he's met at the line, short of the first down by about a yard. Anthony, that's the big question. We start to go over things that people have talked about in the offseason for Oregon this year. Defensive line, stopping the run. We saw teams really batter Oregon last year.
Well, the offensive line for Houston is not real big, so they're not going to get a real test here with a big offensive line that they're going against. But the question is, can the defensive line for Oregon stand up all year?
Quarterback sneak is going to have the first down.
You know, they don't have the speed, the defensive line for Oregon. I mean, the size. Michael Speed is not that big. Nick Reed he's more of a pass rush specialist coming off the corner. So to go against teams that run the football, power running game, you know, the Michigans, They're going to have to step it up a bit.
And Southern Methodist Mustangs. SMU was that league's champion that year in the former Southwest.
First and 10 for the Cougars. Joseph will go back to the shotgun now. They'll run the option. Joseph with some room now across the 35, 40. He fumbles the football, and they get back on it. Somehow it bounced right back to the quarterback.
You know, that football's not round, so it's not going to bounce right back at you, but that time it did, and they're fortunate to get that recovery. Blake does a nice job of a nice little fake with H.A. Tuatele and lowers his shoulder, but loses the football. You want your quarterback to protect himself. You know, don't take too many of those hits.
Not very often do you fumble the ball and lay there and it rolls right back into your chest. You usually have to go get the ball when you fumble it, not have it come to you.
He might have been dazed a little bit, and then all of a sudden the football was in his hands.
Here's Joseph. They'll run it again. Aldridge breaks a tackle, squirts through. He's a slippery running back as he gets to the 49-yard line and picks up 5.
Well, he's a strong running back. I mean, Michael Speed had him in the backfield, and he broke the tackle of a defensive lineman that weighs, 60 pounds more and got an extra 3 or 4 yards. This is kind of an inside running play, and he wants to cut back, and right here, that should be a tackle for loss, but he kept his legs moving, just like pistons in a car. Keep them moving, you'll keep getting yards.
Aldridge with 34 yards on the ground here. Interesting formation. Now they move out of it. Guys running almost like Canadian football. They throw it out there, and Aldridge has it. They do everything tailback with a reception for a yard. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Cougars. And now I think we'll hear the crowd really bring it, trying to get the Ducks the ball back.
Well, the defense has to get off the football field because this offense for Houston is very fast-paced, a lot of speed. They don't want to be on the field. The Duck defense don't want to be on the field a long time. Otherwise, you're going to start getting tired.
3rd down and 4 for Blake Joseph and the Cougars. They'll spread 2 to the far side. Gonna throw it outside, has a catch. And a first down, another first down for Donnie Avery. There is a flag down on the play.
It's a late flag after the play.
Oregon players are acting like it might be on them. No, it's on Houston. Legal man. And that's a big one.
Receiver downfield on the offense, number 57. 5-yard penalty, previous spot, still 3rd down.
Boy, that's a big, big penalty. You take away a first down, and now you got 3rd and long, having a legal man downfield.
Well, going against a good football team like Oregon, you cannot beat yourself, and Houston has to come in this football game knowing that they can't beat themselves because they're playing against a very good football team. Now here, Oregon has to capitalize on Houston's mistake, on the penalty. Get off the field on this down.
It's 3rd and a long 8. Again, you're seeing formations that nobody else in college football runs. Guys are all over the place. Joseph, here comes the blitz. Quick drop. He's got a man and another first down. Any question about whether he could throw the football erased. He's thrown 3 or 4 good balls already.
Well, and right there, I think the defense was confused with the formation and the motion. No one went out to the second receiver. Second receiver is no doubt wide open. It's just an easy throw down the field. He's running a seam. DePaulo has to come and try to make the tackle, but no one was standing over him for at least 15 yards.
Well, 1st and 10 now. The Cougars are starting to get a little bit of momentum. They're going to run it to the outside. They have blockers and room. Here's Aldridge across the 30 and out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And again, don't forget, this is a team that won their conference last year.
Right. And
they played in the Liberty Bowl, and they played at Miami. Right. The games they lost, Anthony, they lost by just a couple of points every time.
Well, this is a team that has a lot of team speed, and that's what happens when you come out, playing from down south and playing against the kids from the West Coast. The kids from the West Coast are not used to that. Everybody's fast, and so right now it's an adjustment for the Oregon defense.
Houston looking good on their last 2 drives. The previous one ended with a turnover. Joseph throws it outside, and another turnover, and an unbelievable interception. Byrd lays one out.
That was a great individual effort by number 32, Byrd, who's a true sophomore. We talked about the corners, Joe. This is a great read to the right of your screen. Byrd reads the quarterback And that's what happens. If it's zone coverage, the quarterback will take you to the ball. Read the quarterback, you'll get the interceptions right there. He does a great job reading the quarterback, getting a break on the ball.
Catches the back of the football going away.
Yes.
That's a high degree of difficulty. His dad did that a few times.
Yes, he did.
Playing for the Chargers.
Byrd.
And so now Oregon with the second takeaway of the football game. Now with another opportunity here. Here's Dixon on the option. And he breaks one tackle, but not two, when he gets across the 15 to the 17.
When on Oregon's offense, they need to settle. They need to calm down a little bit. They scored very quickly, but, you know, let's run the football. Let's throw the football, get the ball into the hands of the guys who can make plays. D.Dixon right there almost made a play, almost made broke the tackle to probably get an extra 10 yards on that.
Very impressed with Houston so far and the way they run, Anthony. Shell-shocked on that first series, but they can run to the ball. Here's a little counter. Looking for some room is Jeremiah Johnson. He breaks one, still on his feet. Now he's going to have a first down to the 30-yard line. Jeremiah Johnson with a welcome to the 2007 season.
Great effort by Jeremiah Johnson. And when you look at Jeremiah Johnson, again, he's not a huge running back, 5'9", 213, a true sophomore, played as a freshman, but he will break some tackles. And right here, he's very nifty. He has great vision as a running back. And right here, he's keeping his feet moving. I always tell young running backs, keep your feet moving, you can get some extra yards.
So Oregon has the first down at the 31-yard line, and they'll put Paysinger in motion now as Dixon goes up under center. Kind of a traditional set. Here's Jeremiah Johnson looking for some room. Puts his head down, and a nice carry for 6 yards across the 35.
That's 6 or 7 yard pop right there, and that's what you want on first down. And Chip Kelly has to be very proud of his offensive line. We haven't talked much about the offensive line, but they're doing a great job of, you know, pushing the defense of Houston back to get 5 or 6 yards on a running play.
Second down 3.
Second down and 3. They'll line him up right behind Dixon this time. This is that pistol formation that Nevada made popular. Here's a big hole for Jeremiah Johnson across the 50 into Houston territory.
Talk about the offensive line. Yes, we talked about number 24, Jeremiah Johnson, but watch the hole here. Watch the gigantic hole right there. Max Unger's to the right-hand side, and look at that hole, the seal by Josh or Dixon. Somebody sealed the center off, sealed the nose tackle off. Nice blocking by the offensive line.
Another first down for Oregon at the 48-yard line of the Cougars. Paysinger goes in motion. They'll turn it around, and they'll hand the ball off. Another decent hold. This is Stewart now looking for a stiff arm. Stewart turns the corner, and he'll get it down to the, well, let's see where they mark it, right around the 41-yard line. Another pickup of 7 yards on the play.
And that's the positive for this offense for the Oregon Ducks. 2 good running backs. When one's tired, you bring in Jonathan Stewart, and he's very healthy, very strong. They love the stiff arm. And when you take one running back out, the offense doesn't slow down.
Houston has a sideline warning, so Oregon will go ahead and huddle it up here. Drew Davis is in the game now for Oregon, number 82, as you see Oregon already with more than 100 yards on the ground. D.Dixon had a big chunk of that in the first drive. But number 82, Drew Davis from Colorado, a freshman, a true freshman out there, a split to the far side, top of your screen. Also a baseball player. We'll talk about that a little bit later, as this is a big day on the Oregon campus about baseball. Nice sidestep right there, but nowhere to go for Jonathan Stewart, and they'll lose a couple yards on second and short. Houston says they have the ball, but there's no indication there was a fumble.
Well, Houston just sent everybody on that play, and you knew they were coming. Every gap was filled up. Jonathan Stewart had nowhere to run on that play, and Houston's finally saying, enough is enough. Let's send the house.
Third down 5.
Ducks send the entire group of receivers in this time. Jason Williams, Garen Strong, Brian Paysinger. Jeremiah Johnson in the backfield here for Dixon on 3rd and 4. He's going to throw it. Plenty of time, looking, nobody there. Now he's trying to get away, but he runs into the Houston defense, and they'll lose 4 or 5 more yards. They're going to have to punt the football. So
you got to give a lot of credit to the defensive backs of Houston. I mean, that was a coverage sack. He had time to throw the football. Dixon had time to throw the ball. There was nowhere to throw it downfield. Houston defensive backs did a great job downfield.
I know one thing, Anthony, about football, of course, fans love every play to work. You know, sometimes if it's not there, you can't force it. I know they've worked a lot in camp. Don't force it. We have great field position here, Dennis is thinking. And let's not force the ball and get it a turnover. And go ahead and punt, and again, let the defense try to do something here. Here's Cyree. It's down to the 10-yard line, and going to take it from there. And coming up to make a good stick and make the stop there is Marvin Johnson, a backup free safety with his first tackle as an Oregon Duck. And we will take a break here at Autzen Stadium. Oregon leads at 7-0 as we start to wind down here in the first quarter. 2:53 to go in the quarter. Houston will start this drive at their own 20-yard line. We're back on the Oregon Sports Network after this.
I promise to eat a vegetable as big as my head. As big as my head.
I promise to be more patient. I promise.
I promise.
I promise to hug my wife.
American Family Insurance. We promise to treat your family like our family.
Like our family.
And help make sure you're covered,
current,
and competitive. American Family Insurance.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Insurance.
Promise has a color. We love that color.
What are you doing?
Should we pick him up? He has Bud Light.
He has an axe.
But he has Bud Light.
And an axe.
I'm sure there's a reason for it. Hey, buddy. What's with the axe?
It's a bottle opener.
Hop in.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Look, here's Bud Light.
And a chainsaw.
That's cold.
Kenny, I need 50 pounds of roast beef.
Sorry, Pat. We're all out.
No, don't give me that.
What, did your wife wolf it down for breakfast? That came out wrong. Look, look at me. I mean, we probably wait a...
The network you can trust, AT&T. Buy any phone and get up to 4 free.
Don't miss it. Standard TV and Appliance 10-hour sale.
From 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at all Standard showrooms in Portland, Tigard, Beaverton, and Bend. 10-hour sale prices on hundreds of appliances, mattresses, and big screens. Plus, no payments, no interest for 12 months at Standard TV and Appliance.
The big 10-hour event until 7 p.m. today only at Standard TV and Appliance.
My 299 Lincolns, you've been overlooked. You think you're worthless, but to me, you are a hot, juicy burger or a delicious chicken sandwich, fries, and a soft drink, because together, you are $2.99.
Thinking your pennies are worthless? That's wrong. Spend them wisely on a delicious $2.99 deluxe value meal from Wendy's. Crispy chicken deluxe with all white meat, or double junior cheeseburger deluxe with fresh, never frozen beef patties, fries, and a soft drink, all for just $2.99. And try our creamy frosty float.
Wendy's, that's right.
To push this one into the end zone, leading at 7-0.
Inside the red zone, that's 20-yard line in. You have to look at Johnson Stewart, number 28 for the Ducks, carrying that football.
Houston comes across, and I think Oregon's going to get 5 more out of it. Dixon with a hard count gives us a chance to set the Oregon offense here. You've got
all offside by contact on the defense. 56. Penalties enforced half the distance to the goal. First down.
Jonathan Stewart is the tailback. Paysinger, Strong, and Jason Williams split to the far right. Maybe the same play we saw earlier to the other side now with those 2 guys out there to block. Let's take a look. Here's Dixon on 1st and goal from the 5. Another hard count and another penalty.
Well, that's discipline from a football team.
On one side, the lack of discipline. On the other side, good discipline.
Exactly right.
Make it happen.
And when you talk about discipline from a football team, that's coaching. That's all coaching. Having the guys be prepared mentally and physically ready to play. Stay on sides. Don't jump off sides.
This time, Dixon goes up under center now, drops back. They'll hand it off. Jeremiah Johnson is into the end zone for the touchdown.
That was another play, Joe, that the offensive line did a great job of just taking the Houston defensive line to the ground. Jeremiah Johnson gets the ball, cuts inside and goes to the outside and just follows his blockers. Offensive line is getting off the ball. Jeremiah Johnson and Jonathan Stewart are attacking the line of scrimmage from a running back standpoint. Good execution.
And I believe it's Matt Evenson in to try this extra point, and it is. And so Evenson's kick is up, and it is good. That one straight through, and Oregon taking advantage of Houston's mistakes. Some Oregon has created, others Houston has given up, and the Ducks now lead it 14-0 with 2:42 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, that's nice to see Oregon, and look at the replay, capitalize on the mistake of Houston. And here, when the ball's on the 3-yard line, you have to pound this football in, and you got a running back like Jeremiah Johnson who has great vision and can find the holes. That's all the running back asks for. Just give me a little seam, and I will get through there, especially on just 2 or 3 yards.
Great block by Max Unger to seal off that side. Shoot, if you're playing flag football, he would have scored.
Well, yeah.
Touch, maybe even touch, two-hand touch.
Well, you know, and you talk about Max Unger, and he's underrated. He's a great, he was a guard last year, a tackle, and now he's moved to center. This guy can block. He can play some football. He's from Hawaii. He's been around the big guys, and so watching him block number 60, it makes an offensive coach feel very good.
4 carries, 38 yards, and a touchdown. Not a bad start. Not a bad start at all. Tarek Williams is back deep for Houston. And Evenson would send this one, a nice long line drive kick that comes down right at the goal line. So a heck of a kick and a big hole here that closes in a hurry. Big hit by Jerome Boyd.
That was an outstanding hit by Jerome Boyd, and Jerome Boyd is playing some linebacker too as well, but he's kind of a defensive back. But anytime you see a defensive back fly down the field on the kickoff team and make a great hit like this, okay, you want that kid on your football team.
Joseph on the sideline. He's not going to go back out. You know, I know he turned the ball over, Anthony, but they were moving the football.
Yeah, to me, that's a mistake. I mean, Blake is playing. To me, he was playing some good football. You know, yes, some mishaps, but you got to keep him in the game, I believe.
Well, they decided to go with Case Keenum. Incomplete on the outside. Case Keenum is a little different type quarterback, Anthony. He's, you know, in high school, more of a run, shoot, option guy. A little bit fits this system a little bit more than maybe Blake Joseph, who's more of a traditional passer. Smaller in stature. I think they're trying to find a guy to play a little bit like Kevin Cobb, but he's not a big guy whatsoever. He's going to throw this one to the outside. I believe it might have thrown it backwards. They are going to say, I think
that's right.
I think it throws it as a lateral. They'll lose a few yards on it. So not a good start here for Case Keenum.
Well, you know, and that's a tough situation for Case to come in the ball game. And yes, they run a lot of different plays, but he has to get comfortable. He has to feel comfortable in the offense. And right now, he's not feeling comfortable and throws the ball behind. That's a tough situation for this young man to come in the ball game and play where the coaches expect him to play.
And the turnover before on the previous series wasn't his fault.
No, it wasn't at all.
Now he's got a 3rd and 12, and the crowd really starting to bring it up for the freshman from Abilene, Texas. And he's going to have to use a timeout. Houston's second timeout here of the first quarter.
And the Duck football players want to thank the Autzen fans, you know, for yelling and screaming like that, because it just confused Case that he had to call a timeout. And that is tough on a young quarterback to come in and face that.
So our Comcast trivia question: Oregon has faced a current Conference USA team 8 times. How about the first meeting? Nobody would really know that, would they? You just got to guess. You got a 33.333% chance. Back in 1949, the SMU Mustangs and Doak Walker, who the top award in college football for the running backs, named after him, 1949. If you got that, you get extra credit, you get an A, you get a free pass, you get a coffee. What else you get?
A free trip to a game, huh? Maybe, huh? Throw that in, huh? Now you got the phone ringing now.
Maybe some sweet tarts, something like that. Candy. 2:25 to go here in the first quarter. Here in just a couple of minutes when this quarter's over, Pat Kilkenny will introduce Oregon's new baseball coach to this crowd. They don't know that's coming. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Here on 3rd and 12. Keenum back to throw. A little pressure now. Gets away from it. Now he's going to try to run. Throws it, gets rid of it, and a catch is made, and they're going to say he's in bounds and a first down. And that's going to be that's a tough throw, tough catch. And the referee says he has his foot in and a first down.
That was a great catch, and that was a great job by Case of he was getting ready to get sacked. Nick Reed was coming around the corner, and then right there, he was getting chased. Keeps his cool, makes a nice throw. I think it was Chris Gilbert who made the catch. Nice catch.
Pretty close, too. This will give you a good look at whether he got that foot down or not. And he's right there on the line as the Cougars with a couple of yards here on a first down carry. And looked like a good call by the official right inside that line.
Well, Houston had to get that first down. They had to convert to first down, and looked like Anthony Aldridge is coming out hurt. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him or his chest, his sternum. But they had to convert that third down to keep the confidence. They're down 14-0, and the crowd is getting loud, so you have to kind of keep that crowd quiet by converting the first down, third down to first downs, to keep moving the football.
2nd down and 7. Little misdirection. Keenum keeps the ball, throws it to the outside, has a completion and another first down for the Cougars to the outside, and that was a pretty good-looking throw. Complete to Donnie Avery for 13. It'll be a Houston first down, as I mentioned.
Well, I'm looking at the Houston running backs, and they're doing a great job of faking. Those are like fake handoffs. In Case is taking the ball out of the running back and throwing it down the field. At the same time, Donnie Avery, the running back for Houston, the receiver for Houston, he's earned a lot of respect for the Oregon defensive backs. They're playing about 10 yards off.
Out of the shotgun. A little quick throw to the outside is complete to Jerron Harvey, and he's taken down immediately, but a good first down gain of 4 yards out to the 45-yard line. Clock will start to tick at 1:21 here in the first quarter.
I like what Houston's doing. They're spreading the field. The ball's going all over the place, and it's a nice tackle right here. Just keep your head up, Walter. That's those type of plays that kind of scare you if his head is down. You got to keep that head up, tackle with the face mask.
2nd down and 6 for the Cougars now. Keenum, here comes the blitz. Now he gets away from it. Now he goes way back and does a nice job delivering a ball, but it was dropped. And now a late hit, it looks like, on Keenum as a flag comes down. A personal foul roughing the passer on Oregon. Give Keenum credit for getting away from the rush as people were coming up the middle. That'll take it all the way down to the 30-yard line. Fans didn't like the call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, number 97. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
3 penalties, 35 yards now on Oregon.
Well, they got Cole Linehan and said he hit him late. And that's a tough call because you got a young man who weighs 300 pounds, number 97. His momentum is going towards the quarterback. How do you stop yourself?
Well, Case Keenum is still in the air.
Yes.
It wasn't like he threw it, came down, took a step. He was still in the air when he was hit. Now they'll take it to the outside. There are blockers out there with a lot of room. Aldridge to the 20, the 10, the 5, and he bulls his way to the 1-yard line. Cougars trying to get on the board here at the end of the first quarter.
Well, that was a nice running play, and the blocking for Anthony was outstanding on the edge. The running backs cut the linebackers down. There's nothing but green grass ahead. He tries to get in the end zone, and look at the hustle from Walter Thurman coming from the other side to make the tackle.
Crowd of the end zone getting up, and Keenum doesn't really get anything on the sneak. They're going to give him a half a yard. Didn't look like he went anywhere at all. So it'll be second down now. Well, the only question mark right now is whether they get another playoff before the time runs out and they move it all the way down to the other end of the stadium. 18 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Keenum handed off and into the end zone. Houston has a touchdown. The Cougars take advantage. As Ganaway gets into the end zone, they take advantage of the Oregon mistake on the late hit on the quarterback. And 3 plays later, they're into the end zone for their first touchdown of the season.
And they kept their poise. Houston kept their poise. It looked like they were down and out. It was 3rd and long. They converted that 3rd down, and they kept moving the football. And next thing you know, they're scoring a touchdown. It was a nice job by the offensive line and the running backs of blocking downfield and the receivers catching the football. Great execution on that series for Houston's offense.
Terrence Ganaway with the touchdown. And TJ Lawrence with the extra point, and the Cougars have cut the lead in half, 14-7. Fans still don't like it. And the first quarter will never end, and it gives us a quick chance here, Anthony, to talk about what's going to happen in a minute or two. Down into the end zone, Pat Kilkenny, I see him down there waiting to come out and introduce the new head coach for Oregon baseball, and the Duck is greeting him right now in the tunnel as you look at the Carl's Jr. scoring drive. 9 plays, 78 yards. And Oregon today hiring George Horton. There you see him right there shaking hands with the Duck as the new baseball coach for the revived baseball program. 26-year absence. And George Horton, one of the premier coaches in all of college baseball, 2-time National Coach of the Year, national champion at Cal State Fullerton, 6 of the last 8 years to the College World Series, ranked #1 in the country at some point in 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2006. Just a top-notch hire, and Oregon's baseball program with instant credibility, and he's waiting for his moment next to his wife Francie there. They'll be coming out on the field here in just about 10 seconds.
Well, I know a little something about Cal State Fullerton baseball because when I played for the Rams, we had training camp down at Cal State. That's all they talked about was baseball, baseball, baseball.
So a major coup for the Oregon Ducks today, hiring a guy like George Horton. Here's Jonathan Stewart, as he'll go across the 25-yard line to the 28, and the Ducks will start with their 4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Well, what do you think, Anthony? Impressions first quarter?
Both teams have played well. I think when you look at Houston, they just hurt themselves by mistakes and turnovers. But their offense, they're still showing me something. They're moving the football. They haven't really, Oregon hasn't really stopped them. They've stopped themselves.
Yeah, they're 8 of 11 through the air. 148 yards of total offense for Houston, Anthony. It's just the 3 turnovers. Ducks are going to have to show the ability to stop them here pretty soon. Here's Dixon as he rolls out and he throws it into the ground. Not a good throw by Dennis. Incomplete, and that will end the first quarter. So we will take a break here at the stadium. Oregon is on top, 14-7, but the Cougars showing why they were Conference USA champions just a year ago and played in the Liberty Bowl. Second quarter action coming up after this on the Oregon Sports Network.
You know, he's going to be happy coming to the state of Oregon because there's a lot of great high school baseball players that play in the state of Oregon. I mean, you see up the road at Corvallis at OSU, a lot of those kids that play on that team are from Oregon, you know, from the Portland area, from the Eugene area, Roseburg. So the recruiting should be good for him.
Second down at 10 now. As we start the second quarter for Dennis Dixon and the Oregon offense. They'll hand it off up the middle. Cougars do a good job flying to the ball. Stewart will pick up 3 yards to the 33, and another big third down coming up. Cougars have a little momentum right now, Anthony.
Well, the momentum needs to stop with Oregon getting a first down, because if Houston stops them, the offense is going to be fired up. And again, we talked about Houston's offense hasn't been stopped. They just stopped themselves.
Big third down play. Again, plenty of time. Dixon's now going to try to run it. Gets away and does a great job getting the first down. It looked like there was no way he was going to pick up the first down, and somehow he got there.
That's so frustrating as a defensive guy. You're back in coverage as a linebacker or a defensive back. You're in coverage. You look up, and the running back is scrambling for a first down, and he gets the first down. And right here, D.Dixon does a great job of making guys miss and diving for the first down. The awareness, knowing where the first down marker is.
Dixon 4 of 8, or 4 rushes for 58. Apologize for that. 4 rushes, 58 yards for Dixon. That first long run on the option to set up Oregon's first touchdown on the opening drive of the season. Dixon going to throw now. A little play action. They get plenty of time. He goes out over the middle, and it's too far out in front of Garen Strong. Had him.
Yeah, he had him. That has to be a connection right there. And D.Dixon has to get that timing. He's got to get that arm strength. Garen Strong had his man beat on the inside, and you see Dixon drop back. You got to step into this football, not use your arm, but throw that football, get it out in front. Because again, Garen Strong had his man beat.
Second down and 10 now. All the emotions kind of settled down now. That's Jeremiah Johnson in motion. You got Johnson and Stewart in the game at the same time. Stewart with the ball. He finds his spot, still going, and now he'll go down after a pickup of about 5. 3rd and 5 coming up now.
It's a great job by Houston's defense. They're swarming to the football. Oregon's trying to use that misdirection. Who do we hand off? Do we hand off, not hand off? And those Cougars are playing smart defense, and they're making tackles. They're getting to the ball carrier, making the tackle, make sure the ball carrier goes down.
3rd and 5. The crowd being quiet for the Oregon offense here. Bunch of spread hard to the right here. Dixon going to try to run it. Looking, and he kind of falls down short of the first down.
Dixon stopped at the 49.
I don't know if he really got tackled or thought someone was coming, but he's short by just a couple of yards. And Oregon sends the punt team on.
Well, they have to punt this football, and it's dangerous territory if you don't punt it here. But you also watch for the fake. Watch for the fake. It's the possibility.
Tarek Williams is deep for Houston. It's a quick snap for Cyree, and he sends it out. It's a high kick, and a fair catch is called and taken at the 15-yard line. And that's where the Cougars will start. So about a 35-yard punt, no return. Pins the Cougars back inside their 20. And we'll take a break as the Cougars come back here with the ball and a chance to tie it here in the second quarter. 12:47 to go.
Go ahead, explore life. You're covered. Because whatever you do, wherever you go, Pacific Source Health Plans is with you. It's just that simple, and it's just that local. The way healthcare should be. As part of your local healthcare network, we're committed to helping you get the care you need. Give us a call to find out how we can work together for your good health. Pacific Source Health Plans. Discover the source. On the web at pacificsource.com.
Guess they're thinking about Arby's new toasted subs. Whether it's the French dip and Swiss, the classic Italian, turkey bacon club, or the Philly beef, Arby's subs are toasted to perfection and served hot. They're so delicious, they'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's. Get your toasted subs at the drive-thru.
Get into Furniture Outlet fast. It's our end of summer clearance sale. Making room for new merchandise means low, low prices for you. Save 10, 20, up to 50% on select items. Get dining room, bedroom, and living room specials, including great prices on Serta, the world's best mattress. Get a Serta Perfect Sleeper Super Plush mattress set starting at just $5.99. And get 12 months interest-free. Sleep better, pay less. Only at Furniture Outlet, your Serta mattress store.
The friendly
and fun
place to save.
Welcome back, everyone. 14-7. Oregon leads Houston in a game that's been very close. Oregon's capitalized on some turnovers. Otherwise, Houston's right there, and they'll start at their 15.
It's a dogfight. It's a dogfight, and Oregon knew that, and so did Houston.
Both teams right around 150 in yardage, and almost an interception, but incomplete. And a nice play on the ball by Matthew Harper, showing some good quickness. Hey fans, a new show to tell you all about. Join Jerry, myself, Mike Jorgensen, and Coach Bellotti and some players. It's the Cougars Oregon Tailgate Tuesday at the Cooler right down the street here. Tuesday night, 7 to 8 o'clock. We have prizes, get asked questions, we're running around that room having a good time, handing out stuff, and get a chance to get up close and personal with the coaches and their players. At the Cougars Oregon Tailgate Tuesday. We'll see you there every Tuesday night.
Houston came back to the play that they almost scored a touchdown on the long run, and this time Oregon had the ball contained. And it didn't happen last time on that long run by Anthony Ulrich. This time, the outside linebacker or the defensive back had that ball contained, and that's what you want. You can't let the running back get outside of the defense.
Aldridge is 74 yards on 8 carries already. And it's like we talked about earlier, Anthony, running backs had big days against the Ducks last year, and Aldridge is on his way. Here's Keenum to throw. He drops it out over the middle. Can the Ducks play some contain here? And they do. And the completion is short of a first down. And the Cougars likely going to have to punt the football here. Harvey the catch.
Well, that was smart football by the Oregon defense. If they're going to catch something, let it be in front of you, then you make the tackle. It was 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, a long ways to go. Nothing behind you.
If you're just joining us, Oregon leading Houston 14-7 on a day that I would say has seen one of the biggest upsets in the history of college football, and that is Appalachian State winning in the Big House against the Michigan Wolverines, 34-32. Of course, we'll get much more on that later on in the day as there's a whistle. No punt. Flag was down. I think we have a delay.
Of game on the offense. Number 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
And Anthony, how does that happen? How does Appalachian State beat Michigan? How does it happen?
Well, Michigan took them lightly, one thing.
Thinking about Oregon,
maybe thinking about Oregon or some other teams that they have to play. And then you don't know. I mean, that's why they play the game, because you never know until it happens. And teams have to perform on the football field. Michigan didn't perform this afternoon.
Line drive, low and returnable. Taken right there at the 50-yard line. And Andy L. Brown to the 40. Andy L. Brown out of bounds at the 33-yard line. And Oregon now with great field position deep into Houston territory to start this possession. And the difference in this game so far, turnovers, Anthony, the little things. A big penalty that led to a Houston touchdown. A bad punt that might be returnable, and Houston's turnovers.
Well, this is a great run by Anthony, but he cuffs off the ball. Also, you got to give a lot of credit to the Oregon defense. Getting to the ball carrier, stripping the ball carrier, and then here, throwing an interception. A great play by Jarius Byrd. So you got 2 plays for Oregon that they make great plays. Now right here, Aldridge just coughed up the football. He has to protect the football there, and he just coughed it up.
So now Oregon with 1st and 10 from the 33, leading it 14-7. Little cross buck. Here's Stewart looking for some room, trying to use the vision, and then falls forward for a gain of 6. He just is something about looking like he's got a yard or 2 and then ended up with 6.
Well, and it's funny. It's amazing watching him run, because he's in there, he's pity-patting. There's nothing there, and all of a sudden he moves a couple more yards and a couple more yards, and then it's 6 yards. I mean, he's a strong young man.
He's not much for the pity pad either. He's
no,
usually
he's not.
Like run over you.
There's no hole. There's no holes, but he's finding a hole. Or he's making a hole.
They've worked a lot on his vision as well, doing vision exercises. Here's Jeremiah Johnson, who gets tripped up after maybe a gain of a yard. And a big 3rd down coming up here now.
Oregon here has to take advantage of the great field position that Andy L. Brown gave them, and you got to get some points out of this, something out of this drive.
Ducks have almost exclusively run the ball, Anthony. 19 rushes and only 4 pass attempts so far this game. So they want to run the ball. Everybody talked about, hey, run the ball. You got these 2 running backs, and they are today, 19 and 4. This time they're going to throw it. Here comes the pressure. Dixon gets away from it. Now he's got guys open in the end zone and almost intercepted on what looked like a sure touchdown, but Dixon just didn't get him the ball.
Well, Dixon floated the football, and that's what we talk about, Dixon throwing the football with confidence. He has to throw that football. Great play, getting away. His guy's wide open. Throw the football hard. You cannot float a football in any league.
Jeremiah Johnson was so open He could have punted the ball for a touchdown to him.
Well, and the little pump also caused the defensive back to get there, Rocky Schwartz. But you have to throw that football hard with authority.
Matt Evenson in to attempt a 44-yard field goal. Brady Leaf, the holder. The kick is on the way. It's going to be close, and it is good. It just gets inside the upright. Good distance by Matt Evenson, but a big field goal to push the lead to 17-7.
At least they got something out of that drive.
Yeah, had great field position, and they were able to cash in 3. Not the 7 like it could have been, but that one squeaks inside that post, and Oregon now leads it 17-7 with 9:36 to go here in the second quarter at Autzen Stadium. You can't kick it better than that.
Oh, that was a great kick. And the coverage should have been down there a little bit further. That was a nice run by the returner.
Hey, folks, want to go to the Civil War game here against Oregon State? Well, Derry Mart and Pepsi are teaming up to send you and a guest to the game on Saturday, December 1st this year. The winner gets 2 tickets to the game, parking, post-game Pittman room, and great duck gear. Go to your local Dairy Mart and sign up today. Once again, want a great Oregon sponsor, Dairy Mart, back for another year. Thanks to all the great people at Dairy Mart for being part of Oregon athletics. Keenum drops one off, and gain of 6 on the play.
Pass complete to Donnie Avery.
Avery with the catch. Houston does a good job diversity-wise.
Yes.
They spread the ball around. It's Avery. It's, you know, you've got Aldridge. They do a good job getting the ball to different guys.
Well, it's all over the place, and it's different formations, and that's what confuses the Duck defense a lot of times, from the formations, the motions, and the ball's all over the place.
Jerron Harvey has 3 catches, and here they go again. This one's a Aldridge play down to the 39-yard line, 3-yard pickup, 3rd and 2 coming up. Big 3rd down coming up, Anthony.
Big 3rd down, and they need to keep the ball alive. And here's where the defensive line of Oregon has to step up. They got to make a play inside the beef.
They'll hand it up the middle, and Oregon's there defensively.
He didn't make it.
He is short of the first down by a good yard.
Yes, he is.
I don't understand the call, Anthony, either, because they're doing so many diverse things and moving the football. Then they go back on a 3rd and 2 and try to take it right up the middle.
Well, they tried to pop it real quick inside, and Oregon was ready. It was kind of a quick snap, and that's where the defensive line. But A.J. Tuatelli's the one that came free, the outside linebacker, to make the play.
They do not want to give the ball up. They just absolutely don't want to give it up. It is a full yard from the first down, and they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. 15 on the play clock. They're quick to the line. 4th and 1 on their own 40, trying to pull Oregon across the line.
Yeah.
And now they'll go ahead and use a timeout.
Disciplined football right there. You got to credit Nick Aliotti, defensive coordinator, for having his team ready to play. No one jumped off sides.
Put yourself on the other side, like if you're a Houston fan. You know you're playing well. You're moving the football. You know, you're in the game. You've just turned the ball over. And you've got a 4th and 1. You do not want to give the ball up in that situation.
No, you don't. And I think Art was trying to get a cheap one.
Yep.
You know, he was trying to get a cheap one and seeing if the Oregon defensive line is disciplined, because they know they had to get off the ball. It was 1 yard to make a play. Again, why not chance it? You know, as long as you don't snap the ball.
And you know they're going to come out here and punt, but I'm sure it's a tough decision for them to have to give the ball up. New shirts this year, everybody. 2000 slogan is "Fill the Earth Quack." Shirts can be purchased at all Duck stores and locations throughout the state of Oregon, or online at GoDucks.com. There you see them.
They look good.
Yeah, lots of yellow in Autzen Stadium today.
Yeah.
Good student section involved. We got the nice section of Houston fans here as well, sitting over by the students. Great day for football, sold out crowd, and they are going to try to go for it. 4th and 1. They don't want to give it up, Anthony. Out of the shotgun. They'll hand the ball off and get the first down and more. Could go all the way. Aldridge is at the 30. He's not going to be stopped. And a 4th and 1 turns into a Houston touchdown.
And that's a lapse on the inside with the linebackers in the nose tackle. That hole just opened up, and Anthony Aldridge just took advantage of it and took it all the way. And you don't want to give up the explosion plays from a defensive standpoint. That just happened right there.
60 yards on the touchdown for Aldridge, and I mean, it was like a boat on a lake with nobody else out there. There's nobody around him.
No, and that happens a lot on a lot of those 4th and 1, 3rd and 1. You run right up the middle, And if it opens up, you're gone.
And Aldridge with 137 yards rushing on the day. The extra point is up, and it is good, and Houston is right in this football game. 17-14, and we talked about that. Don't want to give it up, and then boom, their risk is rewarded with a touchdown. We got a football game here today at Austin Stadium, everybody.
September 25th, Sam Oliver's finally met the perfect girl.
Do you have any plans on Saturday?
But his new boss...
I'm the devil!
He's making his love life hell.
You're gonna work for me here in the earthly realm.
She'll think I'm a freak. She'll never go out with me.
You can make her go out with you, Damien.
But becoming Satan's bounty hunter
Look out!
does have its advantages.
You saved my life, you know that.
That was a very tender moment.
Reaper premieres Tuesday, September 25th on the CW.
My 299 Lincolns, you've been overlooked. You think you're worthless, but to me, you are a hot, juicy burger or a delicious chicken sandwich, fries, and a soft drink, because together, you are $2.99.
Thinking your pennies are worthless? That's wrong. Spend them wisely on a delicious $2.99 deluxe value meal from Wendy's. Crispy chicken deluxe with all white meat, or double junior cheeseburger deluxe with fresh, never frozen beef patties, fries, and a soft drink, all for just $2.99. And try our creamy frosty float.
Wendy's, that's right.
$17-14, 7:40 to go. Now time for the AT&T sounds of the game. $7:40 to go, 17-14. There'll be some crackling this year with some pads.
There's some pads popping out there right now. We'll bring some to you. There's some pads popping, no doubt about that.
I want to thank AT&T for all their great support of Oregon athletics. Taken back at the 5-yard line. Looking for some room down at the 30-yard line. Andre Crenshaw with the return, his first return of the game. And now a big series for Oregon, Anthony. Since the crowd's a little bit starting to wonder a little bit about stopping Houston defensively. They've got 224 yards of total offense already. 17-14. Had a chance there to maybe get a stop and put them away, really, but Dennis not playing great as far as throwing the ball, but he's running it okay.
Well, here's where Oregon gets hit in the mouth, and they have to hit back. I mean, right now you have to drive back to an offense, move the ball down the field, and score before halftime.
Hand the ball off to Johnson. He has some room, and Johnson now gets outside. Jeremiah's got one to break, and he gets hit on the leg, and now he's down. Is he going to get up? Oh, those ones are always a little bit scary, but he popped right back up and a first down at the 49.
When you have Jeremiah Johnson or Jonathan Stewart carry the football, and here Jeremiah Johnson, he's nice and patient. He's watching for the hole. Then he accelerates to the outside. You're right. Luckily, he didn't get hurt on that play.
He's got
scary thing right there.
Sorry, Anthony. He's got 57 yards on 6 carries. Here's Dixon to the outside, and he throws one almost right into the hands of the Cougars. Dixon is 1 of 6. The Ducks, from a play standpoint, 20 rushes and 6 attempts, only 1 completion.
And again, looking at the play, that ball was thrown behind the receiver. I think it was thrown behind Garen Strong. The ball's not coming out very quickly. It's not coming out very hard. It's floating in the air.
Second down 10.
Second down and 10. Ducks right back on the ball. They'll hand the ball off here to Johnson, who keeps working and gets knocked down at the 46-yard line for a gain of 5. Make it Jonathan Stewart as those two alternate. And that will happen over the course of the year. 28-24. They both run similar. They're in and out all the time.
You know, Joe, for this team, for the Duck team to have success, Dixon has to be able to throw the football well and just the little passes. And right now he's struggling a little bit.
Dixon stays in there. Now he's going to get hit and go down and lose 6 yards. 4th and 10 coming up at the 49-yard line.
Now, that one was a little odd because Dixon didn't take a drop. He just stood there and looked like he was looking for someone to come open, but he didn't give himself a chance to get away from the rush.
Ducks will have to punt. I actually thought that if they got a little closer, even if they didn't get the first down, they might go for it on fourth down, a little bit like Houston did. Big punt by Sirey. This one's going to sail into the end zone. And even though it looks good, it's only a 30-yard punt. Comes out to the 20-yard line. And now Houston with the ball. And with the momentum, Anthony, they unquestionably have the momentum in this football game now.
Yes, they do. And their offense has some confidence right there with the last play of Ulrich taking a 60-yard touchdown run. They're feeling good about themselves. And the defense here, you know, their backs against the wall. They have to step it up.
Well, all these guys, 18 returning starters from that team that won Conference USA last year. There's something about being a championship football team, Anthony. I don't care what league it is, but you know, it causes a little bit of swagger. It causes some confidence. And that's what Houston's playing with right now. Keenum throws it to the outside, and there are blockers out there. Avery across the 30 to the 35-yard line.
Houston's offense has a lot of misdirection. I mean, that ball is all over the place, and it looks like what they're looking to do is have a lot of mismatches. Three receivers on two defensive backs, and somebody blocking, or a receiver in space trying to make a tackle on a defensive back. So it's a tough situation for the defense of the Ducks.
This team was only 7 points away from being undefeated last year in the regular season. They lost by 1 at Miami, they lost by 3 to Louisiana Lafayette, and they lost by 4 to Southern Miss. And another 8-yard carry. They had some big wins as well during the course of the year. Winning at Memphis. Beat Oklahoma State. Big-time programs. So they're not going to be intimidated at all. And they haven't been, Anthony. And well, right now they're taking it to Oregon.
I'm impressed with Case Keenum. He's doing a great job from the quarterback position for Houston. He's coming over, taking over for Blake. First couple of plays, he was a little nervous maybe, but now he's doing a great job, and he's looking like a leader, and he's looking like he's been out there before.
Second and short here for Keenum. He goes low for it, throws it out there, and I think it might have hopped out there, but they'll say it's a catch.
No,
now they'll say incomplete. They'll say it's incomplete. We talked earlier today about Ulrich and his average of 10.1 yards per carry, and I thought, well, those are kind of crazy numbers as we see this ball skip off the turf there, Anthony. And
good call by the officials.
What a weapon. Ulrich is actually averaging 14 yards a carry today. 11 carries, 146 yards in the first half with 4:58 to go still. 3rd and 1. They'll run it, and it's going to be very close to the first down. I think he's got it at the 44-yard line.
It almost looked like the same play that they ran for the touchdown. You know, if it works, use it again. It's a little different. Michael Speed does a great job of fighting off the offensive tackle, getting in the mix. Number 43, undersized defensive lineman.
It is good for a first down, so the Cougars move the chains. Trying to take advantage of every little ebb and flow in this game. Even little things like kicking a ball through the end zone when you can pin them deep. Little things like that can determine winners or losers. And here's Keenum, little fake. He's going to look the other way. Now he might pull it down and run, and he's got room. Makes a nice move. Across the 50, and he picks up 9 yards. They'll actually spot him down at the 45, and that's going to be enough just for a first down. So gain of 10. And another first down for the Cougars.
Well, this is a running quarterback here, and he does a nice job of finding space, and then a little juke here, get back to the outside, and H.A. Tuatele, he's lucky he made that one-hand tackle. His Case was going to run for an extra 10, 15 yards.
Ulrich up the middle. Good push by the Cougars on the offensive line. And you talk about it being undersized, Anthony, but they're getting a push right now.
Well, they're getting off the ball with quickness. And if you have quickness and you have an explosion, then you can overpower a big defensive lineman. And Houston right now is rolling. They feel like they're in a zone. They're getting off the ball. The defensive offensive linemen are getting off the ball. The running backs are running hard.
Total yards, just unbelievable. 275 yards in the first half, and we're not even done yet for Houston. Keenum goes it to the outside, complete. Close to another first down.
Keenum's pass complete to Harvey.
Harvey makes the catch. They'll mark him out right at the 35-yard line. And I think he's got it. He does. Another first down for Houston.
See, what you're going to see with the Oregon Duck defense is fatigue right now because they've been on the field way too long. And with this widespread offense, they're running all over the field from sideline to sideline. It gets the defense tired. And also with the quick huddle, sometimes there's no huddle. It's quick offense. Oregon's defense has to dig deep and find a way to get off the field.
15 first downs already for Houston. 15 first downs in the first half. They'll throw it outside. Well-designed play, another 5 yards inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Akins makes the catch, the 5th receiver so far for the Cougars to touch a football today, so they're spreading the ball out there. 3:20 to go here in the quarter. You get the feeling, Anthony, like Oregon's going to have to make the most of every scoring opportunity, kind of in a shootout game.
Yeah.
Keenum throws it to the outside. Harvey has the catch, and he'll pick up another 4 yards to the 25-yard line. It's Williams actually with the catch. Williams with the catch. Tarek Williams.
Well, looking at this defense for Oregon and the defensive line on those plays out wide, you got to get a good pass pursuit, get to those receivers. You got to get, if you're getting tired, you're not going to get that pursuit from the defensive line. So the defensive line, they may have to rotate the defensive linemen to get some rest because it's a non-fast-paced offense, non-stop fast-paced offense.
They fumble the football, and Keenum comes up short. They say he's down. Ball is down, 4th and 1. Coming up for the Cougars. He took a blast as well after he dropped the football.
Well, he almost got out of there, and he tried to slip through, still fighting for the football.
I don't know where he's down, really.
Well, they said he was down when he tried to pick up the football when it was snapped.
He picked it up off of his knee. They're going to line up for a field goal attempt here. It'll be a 43-yard attempt for T.J. Lawrence. Tie the game for Lawrence. The kick is up. It's on its way, and it is good. And we have a tie football game here at Autzen Stadium with 1:41 to go in the first half.
Great comeback by Houston, showing a lot of poise, coming a long way to travel and have a long drive, end up with 3 points. It's a great kick. Great surge by the offensive line, protecting the kicker.
Also, club patrons, remember, have your tickets ready for the club room at halftime.
It's a ball game, Joe. It's a ball game. Houston came to play.
At 17-7, you thought, well, maybe Oregon would get a chance here to put some distance, but
well, you know, and also when you look at the Oregon offense has to help the Oregon defense out because they're getting 3 downs and out, going back and sitting down and not letting the defense for Oregon get any rest.
And so Lawrence will come out to kick off here with 1:41 to go. Try to create some momentum here before the end of the first half. 1:41. Anthony, 17-7. Nothing's been decided here yet today.
No, you know, and always in football games, cross country, things change at halftime. Guys play different, coaches adjust. Hopefully we'll see some changes from the Oregon offense by converting 3rd down to 1st down.
Stewart takes it down around the goal line. Here comes Jonathan Stewart looking for some room, and now Stewart's got some room. He gets around, can't get around the last guy. The kicker takes down Jonathan Stewart and saves a touchdown. I don't think I've ever seen a kicker tackle Jonathan Stewart, and I don't know if I ever will again.
Well, that was a great job by the kicker, and Jonathan Stewart's finding that hole. He's looking for the hole, and then it accelerates, and right here, just didn't have enough oomph to get past the kicker, and that was a great tackle by the kicker because Jonathan tried to run through him a little bit as well.
Dixon to throw. He drops it off short. Jason Williams, his first catch. Big Jason Williams to the 40. Still on his feet all the way down to the 30-yard line. Welcome to the party, Jason Williams.
Well, it's funny you said Jason Williams, and I was just getting ready to talk about where's Jason Williams. I mean, the preseason, all Pac-10 player. He hasn't touched the football yet, and now he's touching the ball. You got to get the ball in his hands.
I got the feeling this is going to be a high-scoring shootout type game. Both teams showing they're very explosive. Here's Dixon to throw again. Now he tries to get away. He's going to go down. Tries to get away, runs right into the tackle, and he'll lose 15 yards on the play. Oregon uses a timeout with 1:11 to go.
Well, that was a great pass rush. And I think it was Jeff Schwartz, the offensive tackle. You got to get back in that pass set, protect your quarterback.
Dixon so far on the day, just 2 of 7 for 33 yards. Ducks have run the ball well, 141 yards on the ground, but being outdone by the Cougars, who are at nearly 300 yards of total offense in the first half alone. Have really done a good job on time of possession. And
that's Anthony Allridge just doing his thing.
Yeah.
A lot of individual effort right there by getting extra yards on just effort, toughness.
Coming up at the half, we'll talk about baseball at Oregon. We'll visit with Oregon's new head baseball coach, George Horton, national championship coach. Highlights and stats of this week's scores as well, including a discussion about that Appalachian State victory over Michigan today. Here's Dixon trying to find some room to run. Runs away from all the blockers and now is taken down after a gain of 3 yards. And I think the fans are starting to get frustrated a little bit. They're not booing Dennis. They're booing, the situation. You get frustration. Get a chance to score here at the end of the half. On 2nd and long, and they're going to have to hit a 3rd and long by not getting the ball out through the air.
Well, you look at the receivers for Oregon, and to me, you have to utilize them. You have to get the ball in their hands down the field, and when the fans see Dennis Dixon a design running play on 2nd and long, I think they're frustrated, saying, hey, get the ball down the field. That's what we expect to see, and let Dixon throw the football. But Chip Kelly may be a little frustrated with Dixon throwing the football. He hasn't had a whole lot of success the first quarter, second quarter, throwing the ball.
3rd and long here. The goal here has got to be to pick up 10 yards. First down would be great if you're a Duck fan. For the most part, you need 10 yards, though, to give yourselves a chance to get the lead here before halftime. Dixon out of the shotgun. Good protection, plenty of time, throws it downfield, has a catch on the outside. It looked like it might be a big one, but a nice catch by Garen Strong, and now Oregon probably will line up to kick the field goal. Might let the clock tick here for a while until they get the team on to kick the 3-point attempt.
Well,
Let's look at it.
This is a great throw. Now he's putting something on this football. That's what you want to see. And Garen Strong almost breaks this tackle.
Almost the identical spot he was before here.
Yeah. But on that last throw, Joe, he put some zip to the football, and that's what has to happen. Throw that football very hard.
Matt Evenson on from 45 yards. Takes a nice, easy swing at it. It's on its way, and it's good. And Oregon gets the lead back with 10 seconds to go here in the first half, 20-17. So Jason Williams sets it up, and we're back and forth, scoring left and right. 37 points scored already today, Anthony. We've already got total almost 600 yards, if you will. Well, about, 500 yards of total offense for both teams combined.
Exciting football, Joe. Exciting football. That's what the fans want to see.
That depends if you're a fan of defense or not.
Well, I'm a fan of defense, so I'm a little frustrated right now by the running that Houston's having, the success running inside, not outside, inside.
2 years ago when these two teams played, it was a very close game as well, and Houston actually led that game for most of the first half, and Oregon came out in the second half and dominated and shut Houston down.
That's right.
Oregon trailed at 21-14 after the first quarter, and then Houston didn't score again the entire game until the final play of the game. They kicked a field goal, and they won. Oregon won 38-24 that day.
And that's the halftime adjustments that the coaches make in those locker rooms to change the game in the second half. And we'll see Nick Aliotti, defensive coordinator, make some changes at halftime to stop that running game of Houston.
10 seconds here. Evenson. Very high and very short. Little pooch kick taken and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So that worked out well. 7 seconds to go in the first half. We'll see if Houston takes a knee or if they try to get one down the field or not here.
Those still scare me, those little pooch kicks. Sometimes you just want to kick that ball deep and maybe squib it on the ground and get it down there. But, you know, Tom Osborne's a great special team coach.
That young man has played very well today.
Yes, he has.
Case Keenum, 9 of 12, 71. And he's led the offense very well. Aldridge fumbled earlier in the game. That set up an Oregon touchdown, but Keenum's played very well, and he'll hand this one to the outside and out of bounds with 1 second on the clock. The Cougars will have one more play here. I don't know if it's quite close enough for a Hail Mary.
But you never know with this Houston team what they're going to do. Again, they come out with some crazy formations, crazy motions.
I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with Keenum. I'm impressed with Aldridge.
The offensive line for Houston.
Yeah, their offensive line, quick. I mean, you can see why this team was very nearly undefeated last year.
And they had Cobb.
Yeah, and they had a great quarterback, right? Yes. So final play, and it's fumbled. And they'll recover it. Keenum will get on it, and that will be the end of the first half. So 1 half in the books, 1 to go. Oregon leads it 20-17 after the first 30 minutes of this football game. A lot of action. I would expect we're going to have the same thing coming up in the second half as well. Coming up at halftime, we'll show you some stats, scores from around the country, and a visit with Oregon's new head baseball coach, George Horton. That's coming up after this on the Oregon Sports Network.
Yeah, a tree fell on my car. I'm covered, right?
Was it a ficus?
I don't know. Who cares?
Well, the low-rate plan you chose does not include tree-related incidents, except for the ficus.
You're joking, right?
No.
If you could save on car insurance without cutting your coverage, why wouldn't you? Call State Farm and see why it pays to shop the leader first. Get a quote and start saving today.
That's no ficus.
When a guy can't get his wahine to put some halakahiki all over his Eopipi Iwila'ea, then he's gotta go someplace else. The Hawaiian Teriyaki Burger with grilled pineapple. New at Carl's Jr.
Each fall, the legends come to play, searching for the ultimate HD experience.
It's okay, guys. Circuit City makes HD simple.
See, Coach?
Relax.
You just need a high-def TV, an HD source, and installation from FireDog.
Right now, save an incredible $250 or more on top brands. Save even more with FireDog installation. And save an extra $300 with DirecTV.
Great. I'll take a 50-inch plasma on him. Yeah.
What is service? A one-time act?
A series of favors?
Or a service, a deep-rooted commitment.
To treat every customer like a close family friend. For over 50 years, we've been committed
to serving our customers.
If you're one of them,
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. If not,
we trust that someday,
you'll give us the opportunity to serve you as well.
A new shed in your backyard is the smart way to store tools and equipment or to expand your living space. And Better Built Barns is the quality brand to choose. Each building is handcrafted on your site using all wood flooring, which makes it superior to those using metal floor joists that promote condensation. Many quality door options are available and all buildings come primed and ready to paint. Plus, no one can match our experience when it comes to personalized design and construction. Better Built Barns. We just build them better with 4 convenient locations, or simply go to betterbuiltbarns.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Oregon leads Houston 20-17 in a back-and-forth first half with all kinds of turnovers and touchdowns and a lot of excitement in the first half. Oregon leads it 20-17, and it's time now for our AT&T halftime report presented by AT&T. Wanted to remind everybody to come down to the Cooler Restaurant and Bar every Tuesday nights from 7 to 8. Jerry, Joe, Jorgie, and Coach Bellotti, as well as each a player from the football team every week. Great food, drink, specials. It's a great time down at the Cooler. Oregon football tailgate Tuesdays at the Cooler. We'll see you there every Tuesday night. When we come back, we will be back with George Horton, the new head baseball coach at the University of Oregon, right after this.
How long is this gonna last? I'm ready to hit the Bud Light. I already took care of it.
Say, well, all right, now we are gathered here today to join in marriage, Bob and Julie. Bob, do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? Do I hear and I do, I do, do I hear and I do?
I do.
Julie, do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband? Do I hear and I do, I do, do I hear and I do?
I do.
Going once, going twice, and now pronounce you husband and wife, you may kiss the bride.
And away we go.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
So what I owe you? 100, 100 and a quarter, 100 and a half, 175, 200, 200 and a quarter.
That's cold.
Go ahead. Explore life. You're covered. Because whatever you do, wherever you go, Pacific Source Health Plans is with you. It's just that simple, and it's just that local. The way healthcare should be. As part of your local healthcare network, we're committed to helping you get the care you need. Give us a call to find out how we can work together for your good health. Pacific Source Health Plans. Discover the source. On the web at pacificsource.com.
It's back. You loved it, so we brought it back to you. Right now, you can get a mouth-watering Cheesy Bites pizza from Pizza Hut for only $12.99. Order your favorite toppings on a garlic butter flavored crust with 28 cheese-filled bites around the outside. Just pull them off and pop them in your mouth. Call or stop by for a large one-topping Cheesy Bites pizza. Just $12.99. Only at Pizza Hut, America's favorite pizza.
Save time and money by letting Tough Shed come to you. Now, through the end of September, get 20% off on our popular appearance package. Big savings when you accessorize your Tough Shed building with paint, architectural shingles, a window, shutters, and a window box for your flowers. Call us for a free in-home consultation and we'll give you a quote. Or build a quote on the web and schedule your appointment today. Tough Shed with 3 locations to serve you: Portland, Hillsboro, and Chehalis. Call 1-800-BUY-TOUGH. That's 1-800-BUY-TUFF.
And welcome back, everyone, to Autzen Stadium as we get ready for the second half of action. Oregon leading this one 20-17, and joining us now to talk about a different sport, but one that I know a lot of you fans have been wanting to see for a long, long time, and that is baseball at the University of Oregon. And now joining me is the new head coach of the Oregon baseball team, George Horton. Coach, congratulations. Welcome to Eugene. What's your first impression?
WOW, wow. What electricity in the stadium, and being introduced between the first and second quarter, myself and my family with Pat out there. It was a culmination of a lot of hard work, and I'm really looking forward to getting started and get this kind of energy in our baseball stadium.
You know, Coach, people know, of course, your name, and you've been involved at the highest levels, national champion, ranked #1 just about every year, College World Series just about every year. I think your daughter even said she feels like that's your annual summer vacation is going to Omaha. Can Oregon get back to Omaha, Coach?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Pat Casey down the road has put the blueprint on the fact that Northwest baseball can get to Omaha, and obviously back-to-back national champions. And our mission is to take some of the focus away from him in the Pac-10 and the state of Oregon and see if we can't get as consistent as he's been the last 2 or 3 years. And I don't think there's any reason why the University of Oregon can't do what we've done at Cal State Fullerton, be regular visitors to Omaha and sneak a couple national championships out of the deal.
Well, Coach, I know if you put it in perspective, we talked about this in the press conference earlier. In basketball terms, it's like hiring Rick Pitino or Jimmy Boeheim or Mike Krzyzewski. It's very similar. And so I know a lot of people are asking today, why, how, and you've accomplished so much at Fullerton, but what was it about Oregon that convinced you that you needed to be here?
Well, I think the administration's vision and obviously the direction they're going, not only with baseball and starting that program back up in the facilities, but almost every sport here at the University of Oregon is first rate, and they have all the instruments to be successful. And then most of all, the people that I met in my 48 hours up here are just the kind of people that I want to work with and for, because they have passion and obviously they're winners, and I like to surround myself with winners, and hopefully we can develop the baseball program and reward everybody for their hard work of bringing baseball back at the Division I level. And I think in very short order we're going to be as good as we were at Cal State Fullerton.
Well, on a personal note, I had a chance to have you in town and take you around and show you around and take you up to my place, and we had a great time, Coach, and I knew that day when you came into town that you were the right person for Oregon baseball. You're the right person for the University of Oregon. I heard the crowd cheering. They couldn't even get through the introduction. The place was just erupting when they announced your name on the field. And I speak for all Oregonians, all Duck fans. We are really proud to have you be a part of the University of Oregon.
Thanks, Joe, and thanks for being a big part of recruiting me here. And the fans might not know that you might have been the most instrumental guy of all, and your passion for the University of Oregon was obvious to me, and I want to work with you as well. And I just look forward to that 09 season when we play that first game and all the fans of Oregon come out and support us, and we're going to win a lot of baseball games, so come out and support us.
Now, does that mean I get to take BP once or twice, maybe?
No, that wasn't in the deal, Joe. No, sir. Your eligibility's gone, and you can give me some suggestions, but we don't want to get you in the way.
All right, Coach. Well, thanks so much for being here. George Horton, new head coach of the Oregon baseball team, having a good time today. There you see him on the field as the crowd erupted. A big day for the Ducks. Can they get a win on the football field? One more half to find out. 2017 Ducks lead it here at halftime.
Nice is bigger than it looks. It's about more than manners or wide...
Touch this thing, too. How about that? I just did that. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Clear it out. 3 turnovers. We've had this telestrator up here. I've been wanting to draw pictures on it the whole game.
New little toy we have, you know.
Yeah, you can say hello if you like on there, Anthony.
My writing's not too good, so I'll just circle people.
3 turnovers for Houston, none for Oregon, and now a matter of Oregon trying to retain the lead. They're going to have to kick off first, so Houston's going to get the ball to start the second half, excuse me, and there are a lot of fans, of course, as typical at Autzen Stadium, that are outside the stadium, and the emotion will be quiet. You know, they'll have an opportunity here to try to grab the lead. Let's take a look at the schedule for Oregon this year, Anthony. We've talked about what's coming next week at Michigan after this one, and boy, wouldn't that be something that both teams went into that game 0-1. So, you know, I just cannot believe that Appalachian State beat a team like Michigan. I mean, you're talking about, like, I'm trying to think of a West Coast, you know, similar type of deal. It'd be like Idaho beating USC.
Well, and you're right. And
it's even more than Idaho beating USC.
But in the same respect, Michigan is going to be ready to play next week. Lloyd Carr is going to have this team ready to play some football. That week of practice, next week of practice, is going to be nothing but just some toughness for the Michigan players, because just what happened. So they're going to be ready to play the Oregon Ducks when the Ducks fly into Ann Arbor.
Defensive problems for Michigan, of course. They have a great offense returning, but they lost a lot of defensive players last year onto the NFL. And for a team like Appalachian State to put up 34, boy, you think this Oregon offense could do some damage as well. It makes it very interesting.
Well, they put up 34 with the spread offense, and it's a similar offense that Oregon runs. So, you know, Michigan's going to look at this offense and try to figure out how do we stop this offense. So they're going to be prepared to stop this type of offense. You know, Michigan, they're not used to that spread offense, used to the pounding football, you know, everybody bunch in and let's move the pile. But the spread offense could give them some problems because they don't have a pass rush. They lost 2 All-Americans up front.
A couple of intangibles, Anthony. Emotion, crowd, you know, the intangibles, momentum, things like that. You know, right now, most of those things, I mean, the crowd, I think, has been great. I mean, they're just, you know, they're trying at every opportunity they have to be in the game, and I'm sure they'll funnel back here into the stadium because it's a tight game, and they know that their team needs them. But momentum-wise, even though Oregon got that 3, and you know the way they've run the ball, I mean, you Houston's got to be sitting there thinking, hey, there's nothing we can't do on offense right now, because they haven't really done anything other than the 3 turnovers.
Well, Oregon hasn't stopped really Houston's offense at all. And so Houston's coming into the second half with some confidence and with some passion behind their offense, and they believe in their offense. At the same time, when I look at the Oregon football team, I also got to look at that the offense for Oregon. They have to help out their own defense, because the defense, yeah, they get in there having a hard time stopping this tough offense. But when the offense, Houston's offense, but when the offense for Oregon gets in the game, they can't go 3 downs and out. They got to keep the ball. They got to keep that good Houston offense team on the sideline, and Oregon's offense needs to move the ball down the field.
Well, they punted. Houston only punted once in the first half. The Ducks will see if they can't try to make him punt again. I noticed Nathan Costa throwing some warm-up balls along with D.Dixon over here before the half started. And Matt Evenson will kick it off for the Ducks here in the second half. Fans trying to funnel back in here, but it's about a half-full stadium right now. And Evenson with a line drive. It's going to hit and go out of bounds. So Houston will take it to the 35, or they will make Oregon kick it again.
Evenson's kick is out of bounds.
Matt's doing a good job with that kick. He's getting close. He's a yard off, but he has to make that adjustment so that ball is not out of bounds, because it does hurt the defense with field position.
A couple other scores of interest today. UCLA is leading Stanford 14-7 at the half. Wisconsin over Washington State 28-14 at halftime. And Houston, with a break to start the second half, will start the ball at the 35-yard line after the kick out of bounds. Keenum with a man just wide open, a good play, and they'll pick up 5 yards on it. Patrick Chung getting to the play after Jarris Byrd. We haven't talked about Patrick Chung at all today, Anthony.
Well, Patrick Chung hasn't made a lot of plays today. You know, sometimes as a DB, you're just you're a step late. The guy's already down, or you're on the other side of the field. So he has to make his presence known very soon that he's a hitter and he's a playmaker.
Second down and 5. Keenum's going to keep it, looking for a block. A little sidestep. He's still running around. Now he'll go down. He's shifty.
He is shifty. Sometimes that can get you in trouble, though, being a little bit too shifty. He should have just, duck his head and fall forward. But here, just the misdirection. Handoff one way, then you keep the ball. He could pitch the football right here if he wanted to. Decided not to, and then got about a yard.
Third down and 4. Big play here. This is a big play for the Oregon defense. They're going to run the option. Close to the first down. It depends on the mark, and I think he's got it. Keenum across the 45. It'll be a first down.
Well, if he didn't make that, I think they were going to go for it anyway. So Houston's not playing with 3 downs. They're playing with 4 downs. It's a nice cut by Case to get back inside, and that's when you have to understand, I got to get back inside, get a couple yards for the first down, and convert that third down to first down.
Right out of an I formation, handed right up the middle. David Fatete meets him in the backfield.
And he's taking himself out, and he hurt his shoulder, and that shows the toughness of David. He came through that line and just put a whopping on Anthony Aldridge, but at the same time hurt himself.
They got a helmet in the elbow.
Yeah.
They can go numb for a little while. Cole Linehan comes in for Fatete. Second down and 11. Here's Keenum to the outside. A quick pitch. Aldridge across the 50. That pitch had a potential to be intercepted, Anthony, believe it or not, which you did at Colorado way back when.
That was back in the days when I was fast. But the plays that Houston are running are just amazing. I mean, they're almost like you're chancing throwing the ball out there or misdirection. But at the same time, when the play works, it can go for a long way.
Big play here. 3rd and 3. Ball in Oregon territory. Ducks clinging to a 3-point lead. They haven't trailed yet today. Keenum going to keep it. Now he pitches it to the outside. And the play in the corner, Aldridge gets the corner, and he has the first down to the Oregon 34-yard line.
Now, Matthew Harper, the free safety, missed that tackle, but I tell you, that's a tough situation for Matthew Harper to tackle an Anthony Aldridge in space. And there was a lot of space to that, Joe. Right here to the right of the screen, that's a lot of room, and you just got to keep running, keep moving your feet as a defensive back and force him to the sideline. Use the sideline as your help because there's no one else around you but you and him.
Cougars moving the ball again now. As they come up to the line. Aldridge in the backfield. Gets away from one. Gets away from two. And turns a 5-yard loss into a 5-yard gain.
Well, he has the Jeremiah Johnson stiff arm. I mean, Stuck fans watch Jeremiah Johnson for the offense running back for the Oregon use that stiff arm. Anthony Aldridge, he uses the stiff arm very well. And right here you'll see it on Walter Thurman III. Nice little stiff arm. Get him off you. As a defensive back to that, you have to run through the stiff arm. You can't put your hands out there and try to fight his stiff arm. You usually got to keep running through the stiff arm and get to his body, get to his legs.
Second down and 6 now for Keenum, who's been very impressive at quarterback. He'll hand this one up the gut for a couple of yards, and a flag comes out.
That might be holding.
Likely either a holding or a face mask or something inside. It's going to be holding on Houston.
Again, Joe, we're looking at this Houston offense, and they're unstoppable so far today. I mean, they keep moving the football.
Holding on the offense, number 57. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, still second down.
And the only way they've been stopped is they stop themselves. Turnovers or penalties.
Second down 16 at the Oregon 40.
323 yards of offense here with 12:10 to go in the third quarter. Second down and 15 now. Pressure. Keenum down the field, wide open, but he can't get it to Aldridge. Wide open.
Long foul ball. that's what you call that one. Because Aldridge, Anthony was all by himself running down that sideline.
Big play here. 10 yards puts him in range for a field goal. 16 gets him a first down. Crowd trying to get it in there. Drops the ball. Here comes some pressure. Flag is down. Keenum still running around. He's quick. Now he underhands one, and it's incomplete. Took a big hit on the sideline as well. Boy, the underhand throw on the field of play is never a good idea.
No, that's a young quarterback right there. You think he's back in high school. You're not back in high school, but he's trying to make something happen.
Personal foul, face mask on Oregon, and an automatic first down. And that flag came out right at the beginning of the play.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 99. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot, automatic first down.
Jeremy Gibbs, he must have had his hands go straight to the offensive guard's face mask right when the ball snapped. And right there, you see him grabbing the face mask. And it looks like he might have pulled him down with the face mask. I'm not sure.
Well, that's a huge, huge play. That's a turnover.
Yes,
that has the exact same effect as a turnover that gives Houston the ball on the 25-yard line. Because it would have been 4th and 15, and now Houston with new life. A couple of yards on first down by Terrence Ganaway.
And I can see in that last play with Gibbs putting his hand on the face mask, but I guess being a smart football player, you have to figure out how to get your hand off it. And we didn't see it into the play. He might have been pulling the offensive guard down to the ground by holding on his face mask, and that's why he threw the flag.
Even a 5-yarder still sets him up with 3rd and 10.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, it's the personal foul part of it is just
You're right.
You know, a devastating penalty. And if Oregon were not to win the game today, that would be one that people would look back at. Keenum keeping it, throws it, has a man in the flat, caught. Avery has it at the 11-yard line, or excuse me, the 15-yard line, and it'll be right close to a first down, maybe a little bit short.
You know, they keep throwing this play back to Avery, and as a defensive back, you have to respect Avery's speed. Donnie Avery's speed, he's, you know, a 4.240, so you're playing off, and then all of a sudden he runs a 10-yard comeback and just waiting for the football. But at some point, as a defensive back, you have to challenge this man on underneath pass patterns.
3rd and about a half a yard. They'll go out of the shotgun. They'll hand it. Working hard towards the first down. I think he's going to be short. Depends all on the spot. He gets a pretty good spot, but I think he's going to be just a little bit short.
He's still short. But, you know, it should have been stopped for about a 3-yard loss right there. He wasn't stopped. Great effort. That was a great tackle by, was it Patrick Chung who made the tackle?
Just short of the first down. 4th and about a half a yard. And so they'll send T.J. Lawrence in to try to tie the football game. Right hash, 32-yard attempt. Pretty good spot to try a fake as well. Snap is good. Kick is up. Hooking, and it is good. Through the upright, and we are tied 20-20. And so the personal foul only costs Oregon 3 instead of 7, and Houston still has not led today, but we're tied up again, 20-20 here. Some concerned fans here at Autzen Stadium.
When a guy can't get his wahine to put some halakahiki all over his Eopipi Iwilea, then he's gotta go someplace else. The Hawaiian Teriyaki Burger with grilled pineapple, new at Carl's Jr.
More bars in more places. That's what you can expect from the new AT&T, the largest digital voice and data network in America. So switch to the network you can trust. AT&T, your world delivered.
The first NASCAR stock car to reach 200 miles per hour. The first minivan. And now, Dodge introduces the industry's first lifetime powertrain warranty. It's the best warranty in the business, and no other car company matches it. So come check out the best lineup of Dodge vehicles ever with our exclusive lifetime warranty. Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months on Durango, Dakota, and Grand Caravan.
20-20, 10:08 to go. We got a little bit of a street battle going on here.
I can't help. I'm just laughing because, hey, this Duck is standing up for his teammates. I tell you that. And he's throwing some blows on the Cougar.
They're doing a little. They're doing a little
well,
WWF.
Yeah, I guess. And they're both a little upset, but they're going at it a little bit. Got the cheerleaders trying to hold them back.
I'm not sure what that was, Anthony.
It's wrestling.
How about foul play? Stewart puts his knee on the G, and Oregon will start from the 20. Looking around the country, college football opening weekend, UCLA leading Stanford 14-7 at the half. Wisconsin starting to pull away a little bit. It was a close game early. Arizona, BYU just underway. Big one tonight, Tennessee and California. You can see that game on many of these stations. I know locally on KEZI and KOHD in Bend, KDRV in Medford. It's an ABC game. USC and Idaho later on tonight. Arizona State, Dennis Erickson makes his debut as the head coach of the Sun Devils. Ducks try to get back to running the football now. Maybe a yard on first down.
And that's a smart thing to do, is to run the football here. I mean, you still have to establish the running game. It's like, you know, the score is 20-20, like the game just started from the beginning. get the running game going because it will open up the passing game.
Second down and 9. Good play action, good fake. Dixon, think about running it. Fakes it, and he'll take it out of bounds after about a 4-yard gain. So 3rd and 5 coming up. Looks a little hesitant to throw the ball. And they've only run 8 pass plays. I mean, that's a pass play. Didn't end up throwing it. It goes down as a rush. But balance-wise, I mean, Oregon has, run the ball 26 times as opposed to 8 passing plays.
Right.
Here's Dennis on 3rd down. It's a big 3rd down. Over the middle, and Jason Williams can't bring it in. And they'll have to punt the football.
And Jason Williams is not feeling good about himself. That's why he's laying on the ground. He may be hurt a little bit, but that ball hit his hands. And when the ball's hitting your hands, you have to catch that football. And it's practice, practice, practice. What you're doing in practice is what you're going to do in the game. So those have to be caught. If you want to have a good winning team, you have to catch those footballs, convert that 3rd down to 1st down, and keep moving those chains.
Josh Cyree needs a good punt here, and he does get a good one. Very high. It turns over all the way back to the 24-yard line. Cougars have something working here. Trying to turn around now, he'll get hit right around the 34-yard line and down. So Tarek Williams trying to pull a Reggie Bush, doesn't get away though. And the Cougars back with the football now here with 9:11 to go in the 3rd period here at Autzen Stadium.
Fujikawa-san, good to see you again. I'd like you to meet breakfast.
I have heard many great things about breakfast.
And this is, shoot.
Lunch. It's lunch.
Dinner.
Why's he selling the breakfast?
It's the new 100% sirloin steak and egg burrito. Tender marinated sirloin steak, scrambled eggs and hash browns with chipotle sauce and melting cheese.
May I have picture?
The most important meal, served all day.
It's finally here, the Dodge model year-end clearance, with no interest for 6 years on Dodge Durango, Dakota, and Grand Caravan with stow-and-go seating and storage. Now, for the first time ever on 2007 Durango, Dakota, and Grand Caravan, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months. That's no interest for 6 full years. Add that to the best warranty in the business, our exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty. And that's an offer no one else matches. Hurry, the Dodge model year-end clearance ends soon.
Well, welcome back to Autzen, everybody. 20-20, 9:11 to go in the 3rd quarter. Oregon's offense, a 3-and-out. Dennis Dixon with just 3 completions on the entire afternoon. And the Cougars now trying to make something happen. Aldridge taken down after loses a couple of yards. I sense a little bit of emotion or a little bit of responsibility. The defense feeling like they're going to have to do something big here. Jeremy Gibbs involved.
Well, you're right. And the defense is saying now we have to step up and make a play. We have to get off this field. That last series, it was too many plays, and they got a field goal out of it. At the same time, I'm going to say again, the offense for Oregon, they have to move the football. You're not giving your defense a chance. The defense is not getting any rest at all.
2nd down, 11. Keenum straight back to throw this time. Drops it out, and it's incomplete. Underthrown a little bit. 3rd and 11 coming up.
Now, how they're going to get some rest is they have to get off the field right now. So it's 3rd down, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 11. You have to get off the field.
Of 10. This is a big one. 3rd and 11. Ducks look like they're just bringing 3. That's it. Can anybody get to the quarterback? Here's Keenum going to run it now. He's got a chance to get there, and he does. 1st down at the 50-yard line. Just no linebackers in there at all.
Well, that's what happens when you run that 3-man rush. All the linebackers are dropped back in pass coverage, and you don't have somebody in that medium zone. And right here, Case does a nice job looking downfield. Then he decides, I'm just going to take it and run it. And he has the ability to run the football in space. He's quick. He made the corner miss, Thurman miss. Great play by the quarterback.
1st and 10 for Houston, a huge conversion. 7 of 11 on 3rd down now. They'll throw it to the outside low. Avery almost gets away. He'll pick up a yard.
I thought that ball skipped, but maybe not.
Make it Harvey, Gerard Harvey with the reception.
This ball was close to being hit in the ground. Oh, no, he did a nice job.
Second and 9, freshman quarterback, who looks like he won himself a job for the entire season today.
Yes, he has.
In this environment, running the offense like he is, that's all Ridge in motion. Here comes some pressure, he gets hit from behind and goes down. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 9 coming up.
That's the type of defense I like, the pressure defense. You don't have the quarterback a lot of time to sit back and find somebody or take off and run because people are coming at him right now. I think that was the first safety blitz that we've seen today by Oregon's defense.
Kevin Garrett, a sophomore linebacker, making the play there. Now the defense needs to make something happen. The crowd's really trying to help him. 3rd and 9. Keenum back to throw. More pressure's coming. Gets away again. Keenum across the 40 for the 1st down and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A gut buster. Those kill you.
Great individual effort by Case. At the same time, when you're looking at the pressure, it's there. This is a sack. Once you have them, you have to hold on to them. And Nick Reed had him around the waist, but Case does a nice job of getting away and then getting the 1st down.
7:25 to go in the 3rd quarter. 20-20. First game can set the tone for the entire season. And here's Ulrich on the outside. He's got the corner, a lot of speed as well. Across the 20 and a 1st down. Inside the 20 at the 17-yard line.
Oregon's defense has to find a way to have somebody contain outside running plays. If it's a linebacker or if it's a defensive lineman, they got to get outside. Anthony Ulrich is too fast, too much speed to let him get outside. And that's discipline. That's if a linebacker you have contained, you get outside and you stay outside.
Cougars looking for their 1st lead of the day. And it's going to go down as a running play, a lateral, I believe, but maybe a loss of a yard on the play. Perry McDaniel has the catch, his 1st catch of the day. That's the 8th different receiver for Houston today. Oregon, believe it or not, they only have 3 completions on the entire day. Jason Williams with 1. Garen Strong with 1, and Brian Paysinger with 1. That's it. Second down and 9. Keenum pitches it. Good pitch to Ulrich. He's across the 10, close to the 1st down, around the 7-yard line.
And looking at that play, somebody is responsible for the quarterback, which he was taken out. And then you have somebody else responsible for the pitch man, who's the running back, and I think it might be safety, Harper, somebody back in the backfield, but there's no one there. So nothing but green grass for him to run.
9 plays, 58 yards. 2:06 on this drive. 2 huge 3rd down conversions by Case Keenum, and the Cougars are threatening to take the lead here today at Autzen. Keenum going to throw it towards the end zone. Thurman's out there. Tipped around a little bit. Incomplete, 2nd down. Boy, I don't know why they would even mess around with a fade route. We haven't seen that all day. They've been
keep running the football.
Got 281 yards on the ground, 393 of total offense, and you go to a fade route.
Well, Thurman does a great job. It's almost a great catch I think that was by Harvey, but at the same time, you're right. Why throw the football? Just run the ball in. Oregon hasn't stopped the running game yet. Keep running.
Second down and 5. Keenum pressure, gets away. Again, he gets away. Now he just throws it away. Boy, he's tough.
He's a little shifty little guy. He's a little shifty guy that gets back there, and the defensive linemen can't catch him. I mean, he's going to create a lot of problems for a lot of defenses through their season.
You almost wonder what was so tough about deciding who the starting quarterback was going to be for them.
Well, and maybe you can't decide that until you see game situation. And this is a game situation. It looked like Casey's playing during recess. At school, where you just get the ball and you just run wild, and then you get loose and throw the football down the field. And no one can touch him.
Double tights. Flag is down. Flag is down. 3rd and goal from the 6.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, number 77, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
This game reminds me a lot of the Fresno State game back in 2002.
Down is 3.
When it was just a slugfest. Everybody expected an Oregon win. Favorites, they'd come off a big year, of course, the previous year. And Oregon had to win it at the end of the game. And very similar to that game.
Right.
Big play here, 3rd and 11. Crowd throwing down some noise. Ganaway is the tailback. Keenum to throw over the middle, and it's intercepted! Intercepted by Patrick Chung! A huge play for the Oregon defense.
And we talked about Patrick Chung making a play, making a stand, had to show up sometime soon. And great players, when their back's against the wall, they make a play. And now, again, Case might have been eyeballing. Anytime you get a young quarterback, he's going to eyeball. Patrick Chung steps up, steps right in front of the receiver, and makes the catch. I mean, it wasn't an easy catch to make. Makes a diving catch. And I'm looking at that quarterback. He's eyeballing his receiver. No doubt about that. As a defensive back, that's what you want, a quarterback to eyeball that receiver so you can get a jump on the ball.
Complete over the middle. Dixon has the catch. Dennis Dixon to Ed Dixon.
Now here's where you can see the Oregon offense in rhythm. Try to get some rhythm. Try to move the football. Try to capitalize on Patrick Chung's great catch, interception.
Second and short here. Handed off, Jeremiah Johnson. He'll have the first down across the 30 to the 34-yard line. 6:08 to go in the third quarter.
It's a ball game.
It is a ball game.
It's a battle. It's a good ball game. As an Oregon fan, people want to see the Oregon defense play a little bit better, and then they stepped it up and they're playing better. Now all of a sudden you want to see Dennis Dixon control this offense, be a leader out there.
Sometimes you got to fight like crazy to win games. This looks like one of those situations for Oregon. Here's Dixon. Now he's going to run it. Pulls it back, cross, and dives forward for a pickup of 10 yards and a first down.
And right there, that was smart. He was decisive. He just said, I want to take the football. I'm going to throw it. No, I'm not going to take the football. I'm not going to throw it. I'm just going to run with it. And he gets a first down. But now you're seeing this Oregon offense, Joe, go into a rhythm. Going in, the plays are working. Spread the ball out.
Plenty of time. Thrown up in the air. A flag is down. A flag is down. Intercepted. All the way back. Dixon, I don't know if he knows a flag, into the end zone. And into the end zone for the touchdown, but I think it's going to be a pass interference.
That was pass interference before the ball was tipped.
Jason Williams is still down.
He was all over. Somebody was all over Jason Williams.
Even the Houston players know it because their bench isn't celebrating. And this one's going to come back.
Pass interference on the defense, number 41. Automatic first down, spot of the foul.
Well, you're looking to the right of your screen or to the left of your screen right here, and He's all over Jason Williams. I mean, he's just mugging Jason Williams. But and at the same time, Dixon is forcing his throw. Oh, that's Paysinger. Oh, well, no doubt about that. That was pass interference. But Paysinger wasn't open. He had a defender right behind him.
Spot of the foul. So a 1-yard first down. 47-yard line here. 5:28 to go. 20-20. Thrown. Big area out there. And a nice delivery to Garen Strong from Dennis Dixon. Two roommates and best friends hooking up for another Duck first down.
Well, looking at Dennis Dixon throw this football, it's just he does a nice job of stepping into the throw. Watch him to the right. Step right into the throw. Good hard throw. It's a nice play. Nice throw and catch.
Strong's second reception, 28 yards. Houston looks like they're going to bring some pressure here. Dixon changes the play at the line of scrimmage now. We'll see if Houston still wants to bring it. They will. Everybody's coming. They got the screen set up. Can they get a block? Paysinger needs one guy to get by, and he can't quite get by. But he'll be close to the first down. Down to the 26-yard line.
Well, you're right, Joe. Houston had the blitz set on, and they kept the blitz. Even though Oregon came out of and changed the play, it was a great play for the blitz. Give the ball outside to your receiver and get some linemen out in front of you. A nice play, nice throw and catch, and a nice run by Paysinger after he catches the football.
One of Oregon's biggest problems right now is waiting for the officials to get the ball set. They want to press it. They want it to go, and I see Dennis like, come on, hurry up, get the ball down.
First game for the officials, too. They're a little slow.
They'll roll the clock. Dixon looks over to whether they want to change the play. 1st and 10 now. 4:45 to go in the quarter. Jeremiah Johnson hit in the backfield, and he'll lose 3 yards. That looked dangerous from the very beginning. He almost missed the snap.
Yeah, he almost missed the snap, and it was a bad handoff. At the same time, the defensive line for Houston just got right in the game, right in the backfield, and Jeremiah Johnson didn't have a chance. And right there, when you get the football and you see a lot of white jerseys in your face, you're thinking, uh-oh.
Dixon to throw. He throws it but pulls it down, or makes the motion to throw it, pulled it down, and goes forward for about 4 yards across the 25 to the 24-yard line. Sets up a 3rd and 8 now. He looked committed to throwing the ball.
Well, it looked like he was going to throw a go route, and I think Paysinger broke off and ran an out route, and Dixon pulled it down.
3rd and 8. Big play here. Dixon going to throw it. Looking down the field, wide open over the middle. Caught! Touchdown! Brian Paysinger! 24 yards on the touchdown.
I almost thought that was overthrown for a minute. And you saw Paysinger running down the field, knowing he was wide open, hoping that Dennis was throwing that football. When he did throw that football, Joe, I thought it was going to be overthrown.
Oregon's back on top. A huge drive set up by the Patrick Chung interception.
Yes, it was.
When they looked like they were going to fall behind. 8 plays, 80 yards. That's the kind of drive everybody expects to see Dennis Dixon lead right there. Padilla in for the extra point. His kick is up and good. So Oregon alternating kickers left and right. Another look at it over the middle. Great concentration, and Oregon's back on top. 27-20, 3:30 to go. It's a battle here at Autzen to open the 2007 season.
This group, come on. Woo.
It's not easy going it alone. That's why we're making it easier than ever to get a State Farm agent for car insurance. Call an agent's office 24/7. Stop by or go to statefarm.com to get an agent who's there for you. Online, on the phone, or in the office. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
There are no free rides on the road to victory. Do you have what it takes to pay the toll? Gatorade, is it in you?
Nice is bigger than it looks. It's about more than manners or wide smiles or good karma. Nice is about respect, connecting, humanness, and understanding that we really are all in this thing together. At Oregon Community Credit Union, we're lucky. We get to choose how we do business, and for over 50 years, we've chosen nice. Remarkably nice.
Welcome back, everyone. 27-20. Oregon now has the lead again. 3:30 to go in the second quarter. All set up, Anthony, by the offensive line.
Well, the offensive line did a great job of protecting him. And right here, you're going to see the protection from the offensive line, giving him time to throw the football down here. So that's what you want. Offensive line, give your quarterback time to throw the football, and then you'll find the man wide open, right over the safety, right into Paysinger's hand.
Matt Evenson will kick it off. D.Dixon, a good drive. Ducks back on top. And now we'll see what the defense can do and what the Houston offense can do, because they really have only been stopped by their own turnovers. Evenson's kick is going to hit the ground, which is always dangerous. It comes back and it's loose, and the Cougars pick it up. Fortunate it bounced back up where it did, or we could have had a scramble.
Yes.
Wisconsin leading Washington State, another Cougar, 28-21. Washington State hanging in there against the Badgers in Camp Randall. We've been back there and know what that's all about. I thought the Cougars would hang tight back there. Pac-10 football showing up against a team that won 11 games in the regular season last year. Ducks lead it by a touchdown. Defense looking to make another big play. A couple of yards on first down. 4 Houston turnovers, really the difference so far. Houston's outgaining Oregon, but Ducks have got some big takeaways here, Anthony.
Well, you know, in that last stand for the defense when Patrick Chung made that interception, I mean, that was sure points on the board for Houston. If not a touchdown, they would have had a field goal out of it. But Patrick Chung stood, you know, he had to make a play, and he made the play.
Chung comes up to the line on the left side, and here's Keenum to throw it. Throws it to the outside. I think the ball might have got tipped on the way out, or it slipped out. It was fluttering all over the place. And now a 3rd and 7 coming up. Big 3rd and 7.
Well, this is a huge stand for the defense of Oregon. If they can get off the field, the momentum is on the green team side right now. So if they get off the field, the offense gets back on the field again, then you see that game may turn around.
Fans starting to come up onto their feet. A lot of noise now. As much as all game. Blitz. Keenum unloads it. Incomplete. And the Cougars will have to punt for just the 2nd time today.
Unlike the last situation where the defense only sent 3 guys, they sent the house and the pressure was coming. So Case had to throw the football right now. He went to his first option, had to turn around. Well, and here, Henry just dropped the football. You got to make that play. You got to make that catch.
Yeah, Jerron had it in his hands, and I don't know if he would have got the first down, but it would have been close.
Yeah.
He was about 3 yards short where he dropped the ball, so he would have had to break a tackle.
And Kwame is the linebacker for Oregon.
Blocked! It's blocked! Oregon picks it up to the 5-yard line. Patrick Chung, another big play. Patrick Chung showing up big in the second half.
Patrick Chung is a playmaker. and you can never count him out. And that's why when I talked to Patrick Chung, I talked about being consistent as a football player, and you have to make plays. And right here, as a pass rush specialist on special teams, inside, blocks the kick. This is a great move, comes to the inside, puts his hands up. I think Dixon picks it up.
Malachi Lewis was the person who picked it up, a true freshman getting his first taste of the ball. Now Oregon with a great opportunity here. Dixon, flag is down into the end zone. Williams has it. Touchdown. What's the flag?
I wonder if it's on the defense, though.
Flag on both sides. They're going to talk about it. Both guys called a penalty. Might have been a formation.
I think it was on the defense.
Offside on the defense. Penalties declined. Touchdown's good.
Touchdown, Jason Williams. And Oregon extends the lead to 13.
It's a nice fake. Houston's thinking run right there, and little play action. Jason Williams, the ball's in his hand. He caught it.
Right at that moment where people were starting to wonder about Dennis Dixon. Right at that moment when you started to think about Brady Leaf, or you started to think about Nate Costa.
Yeah.
Right at that moment, he stepped up.
Well, and the thing about it as a coach, you got to let a guy play. You got to let him play through his adversity, play through the struggles that he has. And right there, he's staying in the football game and still playing well. And when I talk to football players about playing football, it's not how you play the first 2 quarters. How do you play for 4 quarters?
He's completed his last 5 passes and has 2 touchdowns in him. So he's really picked it up. This is a good-looking throw.
He's picked it up. The offensive line's picked it up, gave him some time to throw the football again. And then Jason Williams, the ball's in his hands. He's going to catch it.
34-20 with 2:36 to go here in the 3rd period. Houston offensively is dangerous. And this game is by no means anywhere close to being over.
No, it's not. And I try to tell these guys, and, I try to tell my son's football team, you guys got to play 4 quarters of football. What happens at the beginning of the game, it doesn't matter. You keep playing, good things will happen. You're looking at Oregon, you look at Patrick Chung. He wasn't there in the first half, Joe, but the second half, blocked the punt, got an interception, still another quarter to play.
Ducks are striking quick. They've had a great field position after a couple of turnovers, a block punt by Patrick Chung there. I mean, you look at the ebb and flow of the game. You had pretty much everything today, Anthony.
Oh, yes.
Matt Evenson to kick it. It's a line drive. It's going to come down right at about the 5-yard line. Ducks do a good job at coverage this time as Williams only gets it out across the 20 to the 24-yard line. Now the defense is going to be fired up.
Now, was that Jeremiah Johnson on the kickoff return?
Yeah, Jeremiah Johnson with the tackle.
You don't see that. You don't see your star running back on the kickoff team, and that's a great thing to see.
Believe it or not, folks, the Pape Jam just around the corner. After Oregon's unbelievable run to the Elite 8 last year, Ducks are headed to Portland to take on Utah. The women take Santa Barbara December 8th at the Rose Garden. Tickets coming up on sale in October, but I want you to start thinking about the Pape Jam. Aldridge, flag comes out.
That's holding where they're throwing that football with that flag.
Penalty flag on the field.
Just a spectacular day here in the Willamette Valley. It is holding on Houston. You can see all the way to Corvallis today.
Yes. Nice clear day.
Holding on the offense, number 57. 10-yard penalty, previous spot, still first down.
I think the fans have been unbelievably good today. Every time they needed a push, a little emotion, been into it.
Fans have to understand how important they are, and I think they do. But from being a former football player and having the crowd behind you, it gave you an extra boost having your fans cheer nice and loud for you.
Not a seat to be had. Full house. 1st and 20 now for Case Keenum, the freshman, now trailing by 14. Now some pressure, he gets rid of it. Aldridge has blockers. He gets away from one, still with more blockers across the 40, and he might go. Aldridge to the 40. How did he get through that? The 20, the 10, touchdown Houston. 85 yards for Aldridge. And they're right back in it.
You know, we're talking about all these other great running backs in the country. He's one of them, and I don't think he's getting much respect, but he will get respect after this game because that run was all by himself. I mean, he broke that. There's no way he should have broke this thing, and he's running hard. And looking at him run, he's running north and south. His feet are always moving, arms always pumping. Great running back right there. Great running back.
296 total yards for Aldridge today. 296. He's over 2 on the ground. He's about 100 now as a receiver. And that kick is up and good. And just like that with 150, it's 34-27. Aldridge has 296 total yards. It's like a Ruben Mays days. Remember that when Ruben Mays
I remember
ran for
that.
350?
Yeah, I was on the sideline with that one, and that wasn't a pretty sight. But I'm looking at Anthony Aldridge, and I'm amazed. I'm not shocked by his performance, but just his individual effort that he's doing. I mean, unstoppable. And I say again, he's only 5'9", 175 pounds, so he's not a big guy at all.
Your fans, the Oregon volleyball team is off to a great start and have been to a couple of matches, and they look outstanding. An NCAA tournament type team that could make a big run. And their next match coming up at Mac Court Friday this week, 7 o'clock against Rutgers, and they'll also have a match on Saturday against the Scarlet Knights, 7 o'clock at Mac Court. Two touchdowns today for Aldridge. 296 total. Like you said, he's gassed. He's still got a whole quarter to go, Anthony. He can go over 400.
That's amazing.
We'll have to pull out that total yardage record, which I would imagine probably is that Ruben Mays day back in, I want to say 1987.
No, before that.
Yeah,
1985. 85. I was a sophomore.
Very deep kick. Another good kick. Little breeze behind it. And Oregon will start at the 20-yard line. And now the pressure goes back to the Oregon offense, Anthony. They have to match it.
They have to respond. Again, they just got hit, and they have to hit back. But when you look at this Oregon offense, you wonder if they're going to do another fast-paced rhythm, getting down the field, trying to score quickly, or take some time off the clock and move the ball slowly down the field. You know, the fast pace works for them. It keeps Houston off guard, and they find a rhythm.
Stewart and Jeremiah Johnson in the game. Jonathan Stewart, not the kind of game that he expected to have to open this thing up. 9 carries, 30 yards for Jonathan so far. That's Johnson in motion. And it'll be Dixon with the ball. Big opening for Dixon. He might go. Does Dixon have the speed? 50. Dixon to the 40. 30. 20. 10. Touchdown, Dennis Dixon. 80 yards.
Is this a fun ball game to watch or what? Is this a track meet? This is a track meet. There was a lot of highlights on this one. And look at Dixon. And right here you question, does he have enough speed to take it for 6? But he had a lot of sideline left. Rocky Schwartz, the strong safety, can't catch the quarterback.
How about that? This is one of those, you go back to work on Monday and everybody knows who went to the game or not, because the ones who went don't have a voice anymore. Dennis Dixon takes it 80 yards. Padilla, the kick, up and good. And Oregon back on top by 14. It's a shootout at Autzen to open the season.
Well,
I love the shootout, Anthony. You know that.
Yes, you do. And it's fun to watch. And right here, it just opens up, and Dixon decides to take it right now. The ball is tucked. Put the ball away. Use your arms. Pump your arms. A nice run. He was taking it all the way, Joe. He knew he was going to take it to outrun the strong safety. That was a question, but he had another gear.
Seeing Dixon respond after struggling. Let's take a look at it, Anthony, here.
Well, what's going to happen is that he's going to come through here, and you're going to see some guys coming here for a dive. He's going to open up this lane right here. Inside, right there, there's the lane. And then there's no one there. You lost your linebackers. If the free safety or strong safety is accounted for Dixon, he was too far off to make a play.
Crowd is energized now. 41-27. We still have 16 and a half minutes to play, Anthony. We might not go home till about 7:30 tonight. The last 3 possessions in the game have equaled 1 minute. Evenson, a good kick. It's going to come down right at about the 5-yard line. And another hole. Flag is down. Flag is down as Tarek Williams takes it out across the 40-yard line. Flag is down at the 27-yard line, so we'll see about that. Usually on a receiving team on a kickoff, but we'll wait for the indication.
Flag on the field was originally for an illegal block on the bucket. However, that block was on the kicking team. Therefore, by rule, there was no foul. Disregard the flag.
So the kickoff return stands, and now Houston has great field position.
Nice, yes.
At the 44. It's like a basketball game.
Back and forth.
First down, Houston, under 44.
162 yards on those 3 possessions. And now Houston in great shape here, trailing it by 14 with 1:30 to go in the third. They'll hand the ball off. Aldridge nowhere to go. Aldridge. Fans getting their money's worth today.
Yes, they are.
I was talking about the going to work day, whether or not it's a, you know who went by if their voices are gone. It's also a north-south day. And that means when you go back to work, the people, you know who went, who was on the north side or who on the south side, because you went on the north side, you're completely red from being sunburned. And if you're on the south side, you're good. Flag down, legal substitution.
Still first down.
Can't sub after the break of a huddle.
And I think Houston was confused with the personnel that was in the huddle, and the coaches were telling one of the players to come to the sideline. He tried to come to the sideline. He was too late.
So it'll be 2nd and 15. Keenan back to throw. Plenty of time. He's going to take one deep. He's got a man out there, and it's almost caught. A great effort made by Donnie Avery, who had a step.
He had a step on Willie Glasper. Donnie Avery was rolling. He had him beat to the inside, and it's a great throw. Not good enough, though. But there's no free safety. When you don't have a free safety, Willie has to play on the inside. He cannot let the receiver get on the inside of him because there's no free safety to help him out.
Keenan threw that ball 60 yards in the air. He's got a big arm, too. Impressive young man today working in this environment. Here comes the pressure. He's going to send one up again, looking down the field, and this one's a little bit too long. The Ducks 3 and out.
They tried to isolate Patrick Chung on a receiver. That's the thing about Patrick Chung being a safety. He's a safety, but he can cover receivers out of the backfield.
So Oregon holds him to the 3 and out. Harvey walks slowly off the field after wanting he wanted a penalty on that one. He has 5 catches for 30 yards today. Chase Turner back to punt it. He had one block. He has to sidestep this one. Chung almost gets there again. A low returnable kick taken by Andy Brown at the 20. Right up the middle he goes. Brown trying to sidestep, and now he'll go down across the 30 at the 34-yard line. So great field position for the Oregon offense to start from the 34.
14 yards on a return by Andy Brown. First down, Ducks.
Let's see if the Houston's defense has an answer to stop Dixon, because Dixon has turned into a running back. He's running the football. He's he only has a couple passes this half, but he's running the ball. And the passes that he has are touchdowns, but he's hurting the defense by running the ball, using his legs as the weapon.
Well, he flicked a switch in this quarter. He flicked the switch like, you know, let's get it together. And from then on, it looks like a different person than played the first half. Hand this one off to Stewart. Stewart has had a hard time finding really any running room at all today. That's 10 carries for 28 yards now as he loses a couple on the play.
Down for a yard loss by Rodney Renault.
And the third quarter, not that I want to go back to the beginning, the third quarter has come to a close here, and we have seen it all here, everybody. What a game we've got going at Autzen. 41-24. Coming back here with the final period of play here in the opener after this.
Tuesdays are just luckier at Bi-Mart. Come into your neighborhood Bi-Mart to see if you're a winner on Lucky Number Tuesday. Stop by the store where you bought your membership and check your number with those posted. Match your ending number to win merchandise you use every day. Or match your entire number and win merchandise like this, valued at up to $250. You can transfer your membership to the store you shop at now. Just stop by customer service. It's quick, easy, and free. Lucky Number Tuesdays, another membership advantage at Bi-Mart, the right fit for the Northwest.
Okay, I've been working on this plan for 3 years, and today's the day.
Okay.
Every Friday, the same Bud Light delivery guy takes the same route past us.
Okay.
You're the only one who can make the leap.
Okay.
When I say go, you jump over, grab some Bud Light, and jump back.
Okay.
Here he comes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and go.
What'd you say?
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Seriously, what'd you say?
That's cold.
Welcome back, everyone. There you see some nice-looking young fans of the Oregon Ducks, 41-24. Having a good day here at Autzen Stadium. A lot of folks have been waiting for this day to get back in this stadium. Hey, fans, make sure to ensure the future success of Oregon athletics by donating to the Duck Athletic Fund. Scholarships to deserving student athletes across the board, all the sports. For more information, call the DAF office at 346-5433. And a very special welcome to all of you today into Autzen Stadium. Those of you who have been here before and those of you who have not, one of the best places in the country to watch a college football game. And we're thrilled to have you along with us this afternoon on our great affiliate stations around the state. Ball's on the turf. Dixon just gets back on it. He never really caught the snap.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That was almost disaster if they would have lost that football.
Loss of 10. So now long third down play. Let's see if they might play a little safer if they try something deep down the field.
I'll take a shot. It's like a long punt. If they get an interception, take a shot.
Dixon to throw. Plenty of time. Throws it to the outside. Paysinger trying to break a tackle or two. He gets past him and now might get the first down. He does. What a play by Brian Paysinger. That is a big-time college football play.
That was a great individual effort by Brian Paysinger. Breaking tackles. You think it's a 5-yard pass. He's going to get the ball, and there's nothing there. He's to the sideline. Does a nice little spin move, and the little juke right there, that's old school. That's a little jump up in the air, throw the little juke, and pick up the first down.
That is a great college football play right there. First down, they would have had to punt the ball. This way they keep the ball, keep the Houston defense on the field. Dixon fumbles it. Now he's going to go the other way. Picks up a couple of yards.
Well, here's where you like the offense when you have that running offense, that power offense, because you can take time off the clock. Well, with Chip Kelly's offense, it's a fast-paced offense, so sometimes this might work against you towards the end of the game, fourth quarter, where you're not taking a whole lot of time off that clock.
Dixon now has 134 yards passing, 138 yards rushing. More yards on the ground for Dixon than passing. A very balanced attack, a balanced one-man attack. Stewart up the middle. He falls forward close to a first down. A little bit short, about a yard short.
Well, I think you have to get the ball right back to Stewart again. I mean, he uses power, uses muscle.
Well, they're quick on the line.
There you
get
go.
The first down.
Yeah, Houston's not ready to go. That's the Houston's defense not ready to play.
Starting to look a little tired too. Hands on the hips.
That's the you picked that up, Joe, right?
Oh yeah.
You know that sign.
All those young coaches tell your kids never put your hands on the hips. Makes you look tired. Here's Stewart looking outside, looking for a block. He puts his head down and runs over a man for an 8-yard pickup.
I'm watching that run and watching Jonathan Stewart take it to the defender, and I'm looking back, and my son is in the broadcast booth.
Yeah,
and
it's great to have him
he's
here
a running back, and I looked at him and said, "Did you see that run? That's what you have to do when the guys come try to tackle you. You got to punish them."
Another little Q Newman to get going.
Yeah, I'm fortunate the family's here to watch a football game. My daughter is at the beach right now watching the football game, so it's good that they're here, though.
I know you got a couple of good soccer players in the house too. Your daughters.
Yeah, they play
track as well. On track.
They play track. My oldest Bailey, she's the basketball star. My son's the football player. My Dalen, my little girl, she's the softball player and dancer.
Third down and 3. Ducks had a little momentum going on this drive. Great play by Paysinger, kept it alive. See if they can't convert this to no man's land. If they don't make it here, they might go for it on 4. So they might be thinking 2 plays here to get the first down. They'll hand it off. Only need 1. Here's Stewart. Stewart cuts it back, but can't get free and takes it down to the 10-yard line. That looked like touchdown.
That did look like touchdown. That's open field touchdown. He just couldn't break that last tackle. There was a lot of green space right there, and right here, nice little move inside, and then right here, nice little cutback because his feet tangled up. I mean, that was a nice attempt to cut back, but couldn't keep his feet.
He might have carried that guy in the end zone with him. He's so tough to bring down. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. They can still get a first down. They'll hand it off. Johnson for a couple of yards. And if you're a fan, if you're looking for a way to tell those two guys apart, the one thing I've noticed is Jeremiah has the white outline on the shoes and the white top on the sock.
Yep.
So you can see the difference.
Because they run the same. They really do.
9 carries, 62 yards for Jeremiah in the game. 2nd down. They'll hand it off again. Johnson has a little bit of a hole. Puts his head down. Close down to a first down. I think he's about a yard short. So 3rd and 1 for the first down, or 2 for the touchdown.
Well, that was a great run by Jeremiah Johnson. He knew he didn't have anything in there except for a couple of yards. And this young man, you know, everybody talks about Jonathan Stewart, but this number 24, Jeremiah Johnson, he's a player. He's from Los Angeles. Has a lot of speed and a lot of power.
They'll mark it at the 3. Dixon out of that pistol formation. Jeremiah Johnson's the tailback. Garen Strong, I see Ed Dixon. Jason Williams split to the near side. They're going to try to pound it home and easily into the end zone. Untouched is Jeremiah Johnson for the touchdown.
Again, that was another great job by the offensive line. I was watching number 75, big Jeff Schwartz, 330 pounds, just take the defensive end and just get rid of him. To the right of your screen, you'll watch there's Jeff Schwartz just take somebody out, and Jeremiah Johnson walks right into the end zone.
Boy, you love the response. 2020. Game is 2020. Game's in doubt at 2020.
Yeah.
And that was one of those things where the team gets together on the sidelines and says, this is not happening today.
Right, you're right.
And just like that, 3 straight touchdowns, 48-27. Oregon with a big lead now with 10:19 to go here in the 4th quarter. Houston did the out. They just didn't keep pace.
Well, there's still a lot of time left in this fourth quarter. 10-19 left. You never know what's going to happen, especially with Anthony Ulrich touching the football.
Evens in the kick. This one's a little higher. Going to come down right at the goal line. Good kickoff. And slipping, I think the knee went down at about the 14-yard line. Williams has been busy today. There's a flag down. Houston with a hold there. This might be one of the few days where the kickers actually need treatment after the game's over. If you were a football player and you walked in there and the kicker was getting treatment, would you just grab him, throw him off the treatment table?
Well, yeah.
During the return, illegal block in the back on the receiving team, number 7. Penalties, of course, half the distance of the goal from the spot of the foul. First down.
Bill Park. Well, we'll go to it in a minute after this. I'm going to tell you about something about Bill Parcells.
There's a little AT&T sounds of the game for you. You ever had to do that, throw a kicker off the training table?
Well, you know, Bill Parcells says kickers are not athletes, they're not football players. They just go kick the football. That's all they want them to do. So
the Cougars have made a change at quarterback as Blake Joseph has come back in the game now. He started the game.
And I don't understand that. I really don't. I mean, to me, that makes no sense.
Maybe they feel like they want to get him some game time work, make sure that, you know, whatever decision they want to make. I was impressed with Case Keenum. He threw a bad interception in the end zone.
Yeah, but Patrick Chung made a great play, and the coaches didn't see that, then there's something wrong. But you still, I think your biggest threat is Case being the quarterback.
Hand it off to Ulrich. He'll pick up the first down across the 19. John Bacon makes the stop for Oregon.
Here's where the defensive line for Oregon really need to step up and make some plays inside on the running game, as well as if you got a new quarterback, Blake Joseph is in the game. He's not a scrambler like Case, so you got to get to the quarterback here.
.9:20 to go in the football game. And Joseph looking to throw, goes to the other side, throws it high and hard and incomplete.
And another thing is that you don't give Blake a chance to, I mean, he's not in game rhythm. You take him out early, and then you put him back in the fourth quarter. It's hard for him to get back in rhythm again, and you're down 48-27.
Fans have the wave going. Only half the people are doing it because there's a big, that's the one thing. The kids love the wave, Anthony, but the hardcore fans, you know, it was created in Seattle. Don't forget that. Joseph on the option to the short side, nowhere really to go as they run it right into the sideline. They're going to have a 3rd and long coming up.
And that's another play that I don't understand, is running the option play to the short side of the field. I mean, your sideline's your enemy. You have no room for your running back. If he gets the ball, there's nowhere to go. I mean, you're looking right here, short side of the field to the hash. Now he pitched the ball. Anthony Ulrich has 3 yards to work with from side to side. A nice stretch by the defense, getting to the sideline.
Crowd making some noise here on 3rd and 11 for Houston. Blake Joseph, the quarterback. Here comes the pressure. He gets away from one. Now he's got room. He's going to get the first down and more across the 40 and take a big hit on another flag. So that's 15 more, and it'll be at the Oregon 45-yard line.
I know Nick is just, the defense coordinator for Oregon, is just so upset when you have a quarterback in your hands and you don't make the tackle.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 9. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
And then, on top of that, you had a personal foul, a late hit, which it shouldn't be a late hit because the quarterback was clearly out of bounds, and Ryan DePaulo comes over there, and you got to be smart. You got to be smart about those plays. not only hit, he took him to the ground. So they're going to call that. They're going to call that, no doubt. Ryan DePaulo has been hurt most of training camp, of all training camp. He's just excited about being in the ball game.
1st and 10 for Houston. Ulrich down to the 40-yard line.
Anthony Ulrich up the middle for 6.
Well, if Houston runs the football, it's not in their favor because the clock is not on their side right now. 8 minutes left in the game, and that clock is just ticking down as you run the football. Now they're trying to do personnel changes. You're taking time off the clock here.
That puts Ulrich over the 300-yard mark in total yards. 305 rushing and receiving for Ulrich today. He was having a look-at-me day, if you will. People around the country will certainly see that number. Joseph, plenty of time. He's going to roll, throw it, deliver it, and it's completed to the 30-yard line. Another Houston 1st down.
Joseph's pass complete to Jerron Harvey.
So these guys, they're quick with their feet, the Houston skill players, the quarterbacks, receivers. And if you don't, as a defender, come and break down and try to make that tackle and head up, get your feet moving, you're going to get faked out.
27 1st downs, make it 28 1st downs today for Houston, which is a gigantic number, Anthony. 28 1st downs. The difference a little bit in some of the yards as 3-yard gain on 1st down. One of the difference in yards, I mean, numbers, scoring. I don't know you're going to find another game this year where both teams combined are going to run as many plays as are being run today, because both teams run this such a quick pace and two spread, no huddles. I mean, how many huddles have we seen today?
One or two?
In the entire game, you've seen maybe 1 or 2 huddles. And so those numbers are going to be up because both teams are running so many more plays. Houston's run 82 plays already in this football game.
That's a lot. That's a lot for a defense. And then you turn it around. That's the defense playing 82 plays. Usually the average, Joe, is 65 plays for a defense or an offense. For a defense, it's a lot of football. The defense is out there for the defensive line, chasing the quarterback, chasing the running back all day.
Ducks have run 57. Those don't include kicks and kickoffs. And
right. Those are just offensive, defensive plays.
There's a total yard number. A lot of yardage today. Complete for about a 3-yard gain. Blake Joseph's starting to deliver the ball pretty well, Anthony.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's looking good. And again, I'm going to talk about the clock. I mean, the clock is moving. Every play, Houston, there's a lot of personnel changes because they have a lot of different plays. So that takes time. It's not like the same guy can just get up, you know, and line up from where they are. They got to take 3 or 4 guys in and out.
It's a 1,000-yard day. Both teams combined. 2nd down and 6. First time we've seen a traditional look. No pressure, sidestep. Now he's got some room. Can he get there? Gets the 1st down inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. Game is not over. 5:54 to go. Not the way these teams score and as quickly as they do it.
No, it's not over at all. And Houston has an offense that can score quickly. But looking at the defense for Oregon, they haven't given up any big plays. I mean, they're making Houston come down the field 14, 15, 16 play drives. That's what you want, because eventually you could make a mistake, and it happened in one of the series where Patrick Chung got the interception.
Yeah, like in the 3rd quarter, they just 80-yard play, one play. Oregon finished it up as a fade route again when we had those 3 touchdowns in the span of 1 minute.
Yeah.
Can't let that happen here. You got to make them earn it.
Walter Thurman again does a great job of one-on-one coverage, trying to do the fade route to Harvey, and Harvey's a lot taller. He's about 6'4". Walter Thurman's about 6 feet, pushing 5'11" maybe. You know, but he's a competitor, and that's what you want.
2nd and goal now from the 6. Blake Joseph leading a good drive. Ulrich trying to find the corner, but he goes down. Nice play in the backfield. Antonio Collado A new name.
A new name.
A new guy. I also noticed Brandon Bear was out there during that drive, who's a 6'7" defensive lineman.
He converted tight end, wasn't he?
Yep. Yep. 3rd and goal now from the 12, make it the 13-yard line. Fans using some noise now to help the Ducks out. Here comes everybody. Steps away. Still on his feet. He's going to get down to the 5-yard line. And now the Cougars will go for it.
Oh, yeah.
Wants a timeout. Of course, you'd love to use those timeouts on defense rather than offense, but got to make a play here. So a timeout on the field. Oregon leads at 48-27. 4:33 to go here on a beautiful opener at Autzen.
Hey, Ted. I'm going to have to let you go.
It's the Byrd comb-over, isn't it?
Yeah. It really makes me question your decision-making abilities, Ted.
What if I start drinking Sierra Mist free? It's free of calories, but it still has that great lemon lime taste. That would be a good decision.
Drinking Sierra Mist free would be a good decision, Ted, but I'm sorry.
Suddenly there's some norm that I don't get. You know, it's just...
When a guy can't get his wahine to put some halakahiki all over his Eopipi Iwilea, then he's gotta go someplace else. The Hawaiian Teriyaki Burger with grilled pineapple, new at Carl's Jr.
Well, he was feeling pretty good earlier, but now he just has to get through the day. They put the poor Houston Cougar over there right in front of the Oregon students, which was in a different area. They moved the student, they sold some other tickets in the visiting sections in a different spot than it will be later on in the year. Down in that corner, so the cheerleaders are right next to all each other. 4th and goal. Pressure coming, still alive. Now he goes down. Oregon holds on defense. Nick Reed gets there.
Great job by the defensive line. And when this series started, we talked about the defensive line has to step up and make some plays. And right here, they made some plays. And I like those drives. I like when a defense still holds up, even though it was a 14, 15-play drive, they end up making a play at the end. And if you keep pushing, you keep trying, good things will happen. And that defense, Nick Reed, he's a hustler. That guy hustles all the time, undersized defensive lineman, but he got to the quarterback because he was hustling.
I always call those turnstilers.
Yeah.
Because it's the final one to make everybody head to the turnstile. On their way out to beat the traffic or get out into the lot, enjoy a beautiful fall/summer afternoon here at Autzen. Brady Leaf is now the quarterback. So Oregon is able to go deeper into the lineup here. Andre Crenshaw is first carry. Anthony, the keys of the game we talked about at the beginning pretty much played out, didn't they?
Well, yeah, we talked about protecting the football, and Oregon had to protect the football, and they did that. I mean, matter of fact, they got the turnovers themselves, and they had to stop Stewart. Stewart had to be unstoppable. Houston stopped Stewart. Stewart didn't have a very good day today. And then also the defense had to limit explosion plays. That didn't happen. The explosion plays were all over the place. But you talk about protecting the football, Houston gave the ball up too much to win the ball game.
Yeah, I think any coach would take that first one.
Yes.
You know, any day of the week if you weren't going to win any other ones.
That's right.
You know, 4 turnovers for Houston, none for Oregon. They took care of the ball. Dixon really struggled early. He was only 3 of 9 at one point throwing the football. Looked like he didn't have a lot of confidence going. They had a quick 3 and out in the second half, and then there was just a light switch. I mean, you look at the end of the day, and you wouldn't think that he really struggled at all. He was 9 of 15, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, and he had an unbelievable day on the ground, 15 carries, 141 yards, and a touchdown. So when you look at the number at the end of the day, Great
It looks
job. Great day
number.
by Dennis Dixon.
It's a great number. If you didn't watch the football game and you didn't see the first half, you're thinking, wow, that Dennis Dixon, you know, he's finally broke through. But we all watching the game, he still has some things to work on.
And a yard is a yard, whether it comes through the air or on your feet. And Dixon had a lot of yards on his feet today. He would. Well, that's a huge day to be able to lead. When you got Jonathan Stewart and Jeremiah Johnson as tailbacks and your leading rusher is Dennis Dixon, that's saying something.
And that's why it's so tough to play against this Oregon offense. You have to have so many threats on running the football. When you talk about running the football, you want to, as a defensive guy, you want to say, here's where we're going to stop. Stewart. Well, if Stewart's not in the game, you got to stop Jeremiah Johnson. Well, if Jeremiah Johnson's not touching the ball, you got to stop Dennis Dixon. There's a whole lot of weapons out there.
2nd down and 4. Here's Leaf. He'll hand it off. Crenshaw squirts through there. Nice little run across the 40 to the 43-yard line.
Andre Crenshaw is a very good young running back. He's the next star in the making. Very shifty guy, not very big, but he can sidestep. He's very quick. He's getting a taste of the action now.
First and 10 now, under 2 minutes to go. Leaf under center. I don't think Brady's going to get much of a chance to throw the ball unless they let him throw something on the quick out. He probably wants to get out there and throw it.
I think they're bringing the extra lineman in unless they're replacing somebody.
I want to talk about Brady too real quick about you know, people only see him play a few downs here today. People should know that Brady Leaf kept this team together a lot during the summer. Dennis Dixon went out to play baseball, which was his choice to do it and help himself for his future. And the guy that was here pushing people, making sure they were showing up to workouts, working hard, was Brady Leaf. And he deserves a lot of credit if this turns into a real special season.
And Joe, nice run again by Andre. But you have that right there, you got to tip your hat off to Brady Leaf because he's going into the season knowing that he's not going to be the starter. You know, and there's a chance, but he probably knows he's not going to be a starter. And he's been backing up Dennis Dixon his whole career. You know, and so I know there's some frustration because he wants to play. Every football player on this team wants to play want to get on the field and play. But for doing what he did during the offseason, keeping the guys together, making sure, being the leader, that says a lot about Brady Leaf.
3rd down and 5. This will likely be the final play of the football game. And the Ducks will get a win. It was not always like this. 20-20 at one point as here's Crenshaw looking for some room, and he gets outside. And he'll go across the 40. And that'll put Oregon real close to 500 total yards. They'll finish just a little shy of that after a 17-yard gain. And you got to give them credit, Anthony. They were down, you know, it was 20-20. They never trailed in this game. Don't forget that.
Right.
Never trailed. Houston had a chance to get the lead. They made some big plays at that point on. From that 20-20, they beat them 28-7 down the stretch. And I thought showed a lot of guts.
Yes.
Dennis Dixon, especially after struggling.
Well, Bellatti's going to be happy because the football team played the entire game. That's what's very important. Play the whole football game.
They played the whole game. The offense was diverse, and Oregon gets a win over the Houston Cougars here today to start the 2007 season. This is a good Houston football team. Make no doubt about that. Case Keenum showed up big today. I'm very impressed with that young man as well. But in the end, too many horses for the Oregon Ducks. Dennis Dixon, a great finish to this football game as well. And the Ducks get the job done today against the Houston Cougars. 48-27 is our final. We'll wrap it up after this.
Here in Comcast Fiber Optic Center, our technology connects the World Wide Web to your home. This is where Comcast high-speed internet with Power Boost gets its power. To provide bursts of upload and download speeds so you can get more done online faster. Comcast also includes McAfee Security Suite, keeping your computer and your family safe. Connect to the future. Get Comcast high-speed internet for $33 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-COMCAST.
Ladies and gentlemen,
they're thinking about Arby's new toasted subs. Whether it's the French dip and Swiss, the classic Italian, turkey bacon club, or the Philly beef, Arby's subs are toasted to perfection and served hot. They're so delicious, they'll have you saying, I'm thinking Arby's. Get your toasted subs at the drive-thru.
Welcome back, everyone. Oregon wins it 48-27. Turns out to be a great day. Everybody in the truck, everybody up here. Katie to my left, great job. Everybody had an outstanding day. Dana down here. And another guy who had a great day, our State Farm player of the game, D.Dixon, who really showed up in that second half after really struggling early. And you heard the rumblings around the stadium, Anthony. You heard them rumbling.
They were going.
But they came back. They gave him a shot. They gave him a chance to come back from the rumbling, and he did.
Mike Bellotti stayed with D.Dixon, and that was a great thing because Dixon had to work through the hard times, and he did. And he played consistent football most of the time, but right here, the big run, I mean, this is huge. When you got a quarterback who can outrun all the defensive backs and run a 60-yard touchdown run, that's a weapon.
Dennis going through the requisite activities after a game, all the interviews, and he did a good job here at the end, and he led Oregon today to a 48-27 win over Houston. We'll wrap it up and look forward to next week right after this.
You know the cool thing about having an O for a symbol? You learn to see endless potential everywhere you go. The University of Oregon.
Are you in a hurry to print your latest digital pictures? Well, just head to Bymart. Now you can bring your digital camera card or a CD with your latest pictures to Bymart's photo electronics department and have them printed on the spot. Just insert your memory card or CD into the kiosk. Choose from different sizes and edit your pictures. It's easy, it's fast, and it's priced right. Why wait to show off your latest pictures? Come into Bymart and go home with the prints you want at the price you deserve. Instant digital photo processing at Bymart, the right fit for the Northwest.
The first NASCAR stock car to reach 200 miles per hour. The first minivan. And now, Dodge introduces the industry's first lifetime powertrain warranty. It's the best warranty in the business, and no other car company matches it. So come check out the best lineup of Dodge vehicles ever with our exclusive lifetime warranty. Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 72 months on Durango, Dakota, and Grand Caravan.
Good news, Oregon. Progressive lowered car insurance rates in our state. Here's why. Okay, this represents the number of accidents in our state. And this is Progressive's rates. Number of accidents has gone down. As a result, Progressive has lowered our rates. And that means a little
Oregon and in Portland on Comcast. Now, Michigan lost today against Appalachian State. I didn't even know there was a state of Appalachian. When it's the team that doesn't even have a state, you know, and it's a state like Appalachian State, and they won, they beat Michigan.
It's their biggest loss in school history.
Yeah.
But Oregon's going there next weekend. This team, Michigan, is going to be ready to play. They're going to see a very good football team come to play against the Oregon Ducks. The Oregon Ducks also have to be ready to play as well.
So after today's performance, Oregon's offense starting to roll here. They got it going all day today in a very impressive second half. They win it by a score of 48-27. Make sure to join us next week when the Ducks travel to Michigan. I really want to thank our producer-director, Tim Lay, who worked tirelessly up to this game to get this done. Anthony Newman and the rest of our great Oregon Sports Network crew, all the folks up here in the booth, everybody down in both trucks. Great job, everybody. I'm Joe Johnsante saying goodbye from Autzen Stadium in Eugene. Once again, the final score, Oregon 48, Houston 27. This has been an exclusive presentation of the Oregon Sports Network. Good night, everybody.